Hello and welcome to the CIML Football Pregame Show. It is week 3 here in Central Iowa. We have 3 games on the docket tonight here for the Central Iowa Sports Network. We'll get you to those games in just a little bit, but it's time for a pregame show. We got highlights of last week's matchup, rankings, games to watch, coach interviews, much more, all coming up here on the pregame show. We'll jump right into the highlights of last week's games. Our first of 2 games last week, Dowling Catholic taking on Valley, a classic rivalry game. First 5 minutes of the game, Rashad Davis with 5.5 to go punches in the game-sealing score. Dowling gets past Valley 14-0. 2-0 go the Maroons. Valley drops to 0-2. Southeast Polk versus Ankeny, another classic somewhat rivalry. Early in the game, Ankeny strikes first. How about Devin Akers? A wonderful grab in the back of the end zone for the first touchdown. Nice kind of corner end zone. But that was all that Ankeny would see as Southeast Polk started to pour it on. Sam Zelenovich gets wide open in the corner of the end zone. He scores to put Southeast Polk tied at 7-7. Later, Connor Moberly, one of the top quarterbacks in the state, finds his way to the end zone on a diving carry, gives the Rams the lead 14-7, and it would all go downhill from there. Meanwhile, second quarter, Moberly back to throw, checks down short, and Zelenovich somehow, someway breaks free and scores on a wild screenplay. 28-7, Southeast Polk on top over Ankeny. The Hawks just couldn't quite get anything going. Meanwhile, little seconds later, Southeast Polk again. This is Carson Robbins. Another beautiful throw, drops it right into the breadbasket. 35-7. It's Southeast Polk over top of Ankeny. The Rams showing little to no signs of slowing down. Ankeny, though, would respond a little bit later. This is Devin Akers, a nice one-handed grab to score the touchdown. Akers looks to be one of the top wide receivers in the class. Take another look at it. Beautiful one-handed grab, drops it in 42-14, but it just wasn't enough. 44-21, halfway through the fourth quarter. How about another great play? Robbins somehow, someway comes down with the touchdown. Southeast Polk cruises over Ankeny, 58-21. The Rams are 2-0. Next on the docket, we're going to take a look at the top 10 rankings, courtesy of the Cedar Rapids Gazette. No surprise at the top. Southeast Polk is your number 1 team in Class 5A. The Rams look head and shoulders above the rest of the class. Dowling Catholic comes in at number 2. Cedar Rapids Prairie at number 3. They get a fun matchup versus Southeast Polk this week. We'll talk about that in a little bit. Linmar is up to number 4. Bettendorf is off to a good start to the season. They're up to 5th. Cedar Falls in 6th, so a pretty good showing by Eastern Iowa. Waukee Northwest after the win against Waukee is 7th. Ankeny drops back to 8th. Johnston is 9th after their loss to Cedar Falls. And West Des Moines Valley, despite being 0-2, holds in that number 10 position, as expected when you've lost to 2 of the best teams in the state of Iowa. We're going to take a break, and we'll be back with more, including coach interviews. We'll be right back. You're watching the CIML Football Pregame Show.
Let's face it, it's Iowa and it's hot and humid. Hi, I'm Joe the Car Guy with Westside Auto Pros. Some of us are going to get in our blazing hot vehicle and the air is not going to cool us down. When that happens, I have same-day AC service appointments at the ready. We can pick up your car, drop it off, shuttle you home, or even help you get a rental car.
Bonus cash plus 90 days, no payments. It's the summer sales event at DeArmond Ford Indianola. DeArmondFord.com.
For 75 years, Holt Service Trucks have hit the streets of central Iowa to help customers in need. It might be for plumbing, heating, cooling, a water heater, or the usual repairs and maintenance. We've done that with quality work from quality employees who bring passion and personality to the job. That's the whole difference. It gives me great pride to see how our company has grown from the seeds of success my grandfather planted in 1947. That's why more and more Central Iowans are saying, let Holt handle that.
Hi, this is Chris from Fireplace Superstore. Spring will be here soon, and our selection of patio furniture is fantastic, but it won't be that way forever. If you want to get furniture for your deck this summer, come see us now. All the best brands and the best selection. And if you want a special order for this summer, we still have time to do that. Come see us now, Fireplace Superstore, 109th and Douglas in Urbandale.
Ever have one of those awkward moments when a business disappointed you? You got ripped off? Didn't get what you expected? The Better Business Bureau can help you avoid these uncomfortable situations. BBB accredited businesses are honest, ethical, and reviewed annually by the BBB. Don't experience another awkward moment with a bad business. Trust the ones that operate with integrity. Look for the BBB seal. It's the sign of a better business. And find a better business anytime at bbb.org.
Welcome back to the CISN Football Pregame Show. I am your host, Blake Walker. We got coach interviews coming up next here. Iowa Catholic Radio had a chance to sit down with Dowling head coach Tom Wilson ahead of their game tonight against the Ankeny Hawks.
Welcome back to the pregame show here on Iowa Catholic Radio and CISN. Mark Amadale now joined by head coach Tom Wilson of Dowling Catholic before tonight's Ankeny at Dowling game at Valley Stadium in West Des Moines, Dowling's home opener. And Coach, thanks for joining us.
Thank you, Mark.
Well, Coach, you're 2-0 going into week 3 of the high school football season. But what a game week 2 was. Dowling Valley, you score on your opening drive. You got a short field set up by your defense and a poor punt. You go down and score, and then it's 7-0 until the final 5 minutes, and you get an interception and score again. In between all that, it was a defensive game between Dowling and Valley, which is typical when a Gary Swinson versus Tom Wilson, I think, meet sometimes.
Well, it does happen, and you know, we felt great to get out of there with a win, and getting a shutout is, as I said in the postgame, doesn't happen very often in this ball game. And there's a lot of things we get better at. I'm sure Valley feels the same way, but we stubbed our toe too many times, especially offensively, and the turnovers hurt. But I thought our defense was outstanding all night long and really put us in position to win.
Coach, you look at some of the statistics, and offensively for Valley, they had like 6 or 7 ball carriers, all got less than 100 yards. So your defense holds them to under 100 yards rushing, which is their bread and butter. With Damon Head and Darius Mason, their 2 running backs are outstanding. And you make them a passing team, and they were going through 3 quarterbacks due to injury and whatnot. But you really made them one-dimensional, and once you stopped the run, everything was in your favor. Although your offense, as you mentioned, had to catch up a little bit, your defense put you in position to do that.
No question. You know, that's what we had said pregame, is if we can stop the run and make them one-dimensional. And Head is a really good back, and Mason is a nice change-up for them. But I thought we controlled things at the line of scrimmage. Our defense played very well, and then Kruger got the interception and took it back deep into their territory, which allowed to get us the last score.
And offensively, it seemed like both teams were moving the ball between the 20s, but you got that last gasp there. And, of course, Rashad Davis, outstanding running back, scored for Dowling in the last 5 minutes to make it a 2-score game, which at that time was looking pretty ominous with the way the game was going. It was a 1-score game most of the game, but that second touchdown really put it away.
Well, it did, and obviously we felt really good about that, and we changed tempo a couple of times on them, and really had the personnel in the game that allowed us to do that, and with Rashad carrying it for the last score, and really I thought our offensive line did a pretty good job most of the night. We had some breakdowns here and there, but for the most part, you know, Rashad had 120-some yards, I believe it was, which, as you mentioned, he's a good back, but those guys up front have done a nice job too.
Visit with head coach Tom Wilson of Dowling Catholic before tonight's game. Dowling and Ankeny here at Valley Stadium. It's Dowling's home opener, and Maroons go in at 2-0, Ankeny 1-1. But Coach, beforehand, let's talk a little about last week and as you graded film. Some of the young men for Dowling that didn't get on the maybe on the radio, but you thought graded out well when you did your film study with your coaches earlier this week.
Well, I guess I feel like defensive line-wise, we continue to do a good job, and there's really a strength in numbers there. Keevy Ford, I thought, played pretty well. Ryan Bobo continues to play well. Owen Pins, he comes in with that second group and really for the second game in a row has played well. But, Dylan Manning was all over the field, and I thought Lucas Gigliano, Aiden Ducharme, and Zach Smith certainly flashes. And again, our safeties, I feel like they've done a good job just getting us lined up, communicating wise. Hanton flashes quite a bit in the course of a ball game, and we talk about Rashad and things like that, but those guys up front, Isaiah Seymour just continues to get better. He started a grand total of 2 football games in his life right now, and he continues to get better, and I like what our young fullbacks are doing. We played 2 throughout the course of the game. Ian Middleton, who sees time on defense and has done a nice job there as well, and then Jackson Miller. So, we feel like our kids are coming along. We've got a long ways to go to play our schedule. We just have to continue to get better every week.
And Coach, finally in this segment, the trust you have in your depth, and you mentioned that on the defensive line with you have 2 shifts, a front 4 that starts and a second 4 that comes in later. You also do that in other positions, but trust factor is big, especially when you have those juniors and now seniors. Seniors who may not have played last year but backed up these guys. Now you have trust in them, and I'm sure they have trust in you.
Well, it's been good to us through the years, and we like to play as many guys as we possibly can. I think, number one, it's just great for the kids that put in a lot of time and effort to be a part of the program, and we wish we could do it more. But yet, in the long run, we think it makes us better throughout the course of a long season if you're fortunate enough to play deep into the postseason. So the more kids we can develop, the better off we're going to be overall.
Head Coach Tom Wilson visiting with me here on the pregame show. It's Dowling and Ankeny tonight here at Valley Stadium. This is Mark Amadale. We'll return with more here on CISN and Iowa Catholic Radio.
Let's face it, it's Iowa and it's hot and humid. Hi, I'm Joe the Car Guy with Westside Auto Pros. Some of us are going to get in our blazing hot vehicle and the air is not going to cool us down. When that happens, I have same-day AC service appointments at the ready. We can pick up your car, drop it off, shuttle you home, or even help you get a rental car. And all of our AC repairs come with our lifetime parts and labor guarantee. If you're having problems with your AC, give us a call or scan the QR code to schedule your appointment today. For the best, head west, Westside Auto Pros.
Ever have one of those awkward moments when a business disappointed you? You got ripped off? Didn't get what you expected? The Better Business Bureau can help you avoid these uncomfortable situations. BBB accredited businesses are honest, ethical, and reviewed annually by the BBB. Don't experience another awkward moment with a bad business. Trust the ones that operate with integrity. Look for the BBB seal. It's the sign of a better business. And find a better business anytime at bbb.org.
Welcome back to the pregame show here on Iowa Catholic Radio and the Central Iowa Sports Network. Mark Amadale, continue my conversation with head coach Tom Wilson. It's Dowling and Ankeny tonight here at Valley Stadium. Dowling's home opener. Ankeny comes in with a record of 1-1. Dowling's record 2-0. The Maroons ranked second in the AP poll, and Ankeny ranked 7th in this week's Associated Press poll. And coach, it's the Ankeny Hawks. They have the same team, same program, but a different coach. Assistant coach Jeff Bauer now moved up to head coach Jeff Bauer. And this is an Ankeny team that, you look on paper, they've got 5 guys that are not playing tonight because they've either are injured or have moved. And that's 5 starters from last year. So they have a lot of experience on both sides of football, but they got the big win in week 1, an overtime win over their arch rival, Centennial, and losing last week to Southeast Polk. Your thoughts on this Ankeny team that was a little bit different than last year? We didn't see Devin Akers, who was injured. He injured his collarbone before he played Dowling. But your thoughts on this Ankeny team, what you've seen on film and how they match up with Dowling tonight?
Yeah, solid football team. I think it's, as you mentioned, big win for them over Centennial. I think Centennial is a good football team, and we know how rivalries go, and that certainly was one. They got behind early and then made the comeback. And last week against Southeast Polk, Southeast Polk's a really good football team, but the wide receivers for Polk made some phenomenal plays, and they've got a Division I quarterback, and he threw it up to him, and they made plays for him because Southeast Polk really didn't run the ball that well against Ankeny, and as we know, that's just kind of our thing. So it'll be interesting to see how that materializes. You mentioned Akers. They've got an Erlmeyer kid, number 2, not very big, but he's a quick and fast wide receiver. They're going to play 2 running backs, Laramie and Hankus. And really, Luke Anderson has done a pretty good job with them under center. So they've got plenty of skill defensively. Those people that can think back of us playing City High the last 2 years, that's their defensive coordinator moved over to Ankeny. So we're somewhat familiar with the defense as we've coached against it. So I think it's going to be a good ball game, and it's a game that we're going to have to play well, and it's going to be interesting to see how strengths match up with our run game versus their run defense. They're going to put a lot of guys in the box, force us to pass, and see how we can hold up against their good wide receivers.
Well, for the Dowling offense going against this 3-3-5 defense of Ankeny's, talk about, you mentioned Iowa City High and how their defensive coordinator is now Ankeny's defensive coordinator. How does that match up? What some of the things you can do offensively against this type of defense when you're only seeing a 3-man front?
Yeah, schematically, really what they do is they're going to bring constant pressure. You're going to if you face a 3-man front, you know that there's going to be pressure. They're usually going to bring 5, if not 6 guys. So you just don't know exactly where they're coming from. And with that, obviously we have to have a disciplined game plan of certain checks and making sure we're getting into the right scheme to the right side based on where we think that pressure's coming from. So there's, based on the first 2 weeks that I've seen is, they've created some problems, and you see it more with Polk. In the run game, they couldn't get anything consistently going, and that's with a team with 4 returning starters back on the offensive line. So, probably a little simplification in our schemes. And us trying to do something at the line of scrimmage.
Dowling captains, number 11, Jack Jepson, number 20,
I think defensively, it's can they keep? They're going to run probably 2 safeties over the top and give Jake some help against Akers. And I think that's what you're going to see tonight from the defensive side of the football, and a lot of Dylan Manning running at him. I think that's going to be a big thing.
And we're joined by the CISN group, and we want to thank them for simulcasting with us here on Iowa Catholic Radio. Mark Amadale, Matt Maingring tonight here at Valley Stadium. Beautiful night, so we have another audience join us with our radio audience. So welcome, folks, as we're in the middle of the pregame, just a few minutes away from a kickoff. Captain's on the field right now. So we talked about the Ankeny offense against Dowling's defense. Let's talk about the Dowling offense against Ankeny's defense. And, of course, Ankeny has that 3-3-5 defense, Matt. We've seen it before. And, Rashad Davis has done a great job. He's rushed for 6 touchdowns and a kickoff return for Dowling. But Maroons want to run the ball, but they would like to open up the passing game a little more.
It is. And when I guess that 3-3-5, it's one of those, it's a lot of blitzing. And so you just got to stay in your gaps and make sure that your responsibilities, your keys, where you're going, pick up the blitzer. And it's still an odd man front, and you can dress it how you want, but it's either it's going to be a 5-2, a 3-3-5-2. It's all going to end up the same. You got the nose covered. You're bringing 2 guys off the edge, and then 1 extra one in the middle somewhere probably. And so that's going to be the tester for this offense. But the one thing about it is that veteran offensive line that Dowling has, and they are going to withstand it. What I'm looking for tonight is Cataldo. He had a great first game, played really well, and just a little bit shaky last week, and to see him bounce back this week, which I fully expect him to do.
We're just about set for kickoff. Dowling and Ankeny, 2 top 10 teams battling out in Class 5A district football. We'll have it here on CISN and Iowa Catholic Radio.
The Armin Ford Summer Sales Event. Ford F-150 XLT with 3.9% for 72 months plus $2,750 rebate. Flex buy must trade for 95 or newer. Get 2.9% for 60 months on the new Ford Expedition, Explorer, and Edge with additional bonus cash offers. And the all-electric Ford Mustang Mach-E with 3.9% for 72 months plus $2,000 bonus cash plus 90 days, no payments. It's the Summer Sales Event at DeArmond Ford Indianola. DeArmondFord.com.
For 75 years, Holt service trucks have hit the streets of central Iowa to help customers in need. It might be for plumbing, heating, cooling, a water heater, or the usual repairs and maintenance. We've done that with quality work from quality employees who bring passion and personality to the job. That's the Holt difference. It gives me great pride to see how our company has grown from the seeds of success my grandfather planted in 1947. That's why more and more central Iowans are saying, let Holt handle that.
Let's face it, it's Iowa and it's hot and humid. Hi, I'm Joe the Car Guy with Westside Auto Pros. Some of us are going to get in our blazing hot vehicle and the air is not going to cool us down. When that happens, I have same-day AC service appointments at the ready. We can pick up your car, drop it off, shuttle you home, or even help you get a rental car. And all of our AC repairs come with our lifetime parts and labor guarantee. If you're having problems with your AC, give us a call or scan the QR code to schedule your appointment today. For the best, head west.
83 degrees. Wind at 5 to 10 miles per hour, so wind going left to right in front of us, and our humidity at 38%. And we want to be rejoined by our CISN TV group, Mark Emmerdale, Matt Maindring. Beautiful night, Coach. We're ready for kickoff, and the teams are waiting. It's not a media wait; they're just waiting for to get the signal from above, I guess.
Yeah, I guess the clock's got to run out here. You got 14 seconds left on the clock, and they're going to let it run down. Don't want to start before 7 o'clock, for heaven's sakes. So,
well, let's welcome
here we go.
Let's welcome our crew from CISN. Of course, Sean Ingracia is our producer here in the press box, along with our camera people, AJ Laporte and Rachel Hawley. Pete Tarpey quarterbacks the group, and of course, Jennifer Phelps running the scoreboard here at Valley Stadium. For all you folks on the radios listening and watching here from Valley Stadium, that's Jennifer on the board. And our thanks to Josephina Wilkham back at Iowa Catholic Radio, our studio producer here on Iowa Catholic Radio, and of course her dad Matt, our executive director. Thanks for joining us. Mark Emmerdale, Matt Maindring set for kickoff. Dowling will receive, and we're in their home for the first time this year, home maroon uniforms with white numbers and pants. End over end kick, and it'll go into the end zone. Touchback, there'll be no return, and Dowling will have it. 1st and 10 from their own 20-yard line. So, Matt, as we talked about a little bit in our pregame, Dowling offense against this 3-3-5 defense of Ankeny, and it'll be interesting to see how the reads go with quarterback Dante Cataldo.
I think what you're going to see is early it's going to be a little bit of a challenge because it takes a little bit of time to figure it out, where they're coming from. But as the game progresses, I feel like this offense is going to get it figured out. And one thing you might see, that one of the things that works against this 3-3-5 is just run straight at him. So you might see him just run straight downhill right away.
Well, one back in the backfield, that's Rashad Davis. A quarterback for Dowling is Dante Cataldo. Blitz being showed by Ankeny. Handoff Rashad right over center. He scratches and claws his way up to the 23-yard line for a gain of 3. Good push by the Dowling offensive line. Kyle Rockers at left tackle. Joe Freilach, the left guard. Max Shelton, the center. Nate Agos, the right guard, and Isaiah Seymour at right tackle. Tight end is Will Leifker. You'll also see Charlie Darnell back there. Receivers for Dowling, Hank Brown, Curtis Horace, and Trey Wilson. We'll also see Trey Troyer, Matt Kerner, and Jake Scow. Quarterback is Cataldo with 3 receivers to the right. And Dante hides in the pocket. Now he's going to be sacked back inside the 20 down near the 17-yard line. A loss of 6 as Ankeny, with that defense, brought everybody, and the Maroons didn't have enough blockers to contain them.
No, they went empty right there. Dowling went 5 wide and nobody in the backfield to help Dante, and they brought extra pressure and they got home. So now it's a third and 12, and see what Dowling plays out of this.
Aguirre, Hazy, and Opapi in there for Ankeny along with Kaiser. Cataldo with 2 receivers to the right, back to throw, has 1 back in the backfield. That's Davis, fires the ball downfield, and it's caught first down to 30 and then some, down near sideline and tackled inside the 50-yard line for the Maroons. That is Curtis Horace with the grab, and Cataldo went through his progression, Matt, and found Horace on a slant pattern.
You know, it was a great pickup on the line. There was somebody on the right side of that line right there. It looked like it was Rockers and Seymour picked up the blitz, allowed Cataldo to roll out to the right, Horace over the middle. And that's one of the gamble. You gamble, you bring extra, you get beat.
Davis on the handoff. First down, Dowling at the 48-yard line. Somebody lost their helmet, and Davis goes down. Rashad at about the 30 or 45-yard line for a gain of 3. But
they're going to give him forward progress up a ways. And
they did. They sure did. The 41.
Yeah, and the thing is again, when you run against this 3-5, you got to run right at it. I think you're going to see, just like in that last play, a lot of A-gap runs, which means right off the center's rear end on either side, and that's where you get after them, and that's what Dowling did in this last play.
Reception by Horace was for 35 yards and a Dowling first down. Now it's second down at the 41 of Ankeny. Handoff for Rashad Davis. Stays inside the tackle, still on his feet at the 35, and finally drugged down near or past the first down to the 32, maybe the 32-yard line for a gain of 9, we'll call it.
9, a nice run there by Rashad as his feet just get he can get sideways so quick, and he's patient. And that's the thing we commented on last week, how patient he is behind that line.
For our listeners who are now watching maybe the game on TV, you'll see Rashad go to the line and kind of stop. He's just waiting for his blockers. He does that so well. First down, Dowling at the 32 of Ankeny. 3 receivers right, and now Cataldo will keep the football, still on his feet, and he dives forward towards the 26-yard line. He'll pick up 6, and it'll bring up second down 4.
And that was an RPO play where he had the option to throw the ball out there to the right. He saw the defense shift, and everyone kind of froze. He made one guy miss, and then got up in there and picked up a nice gain. And as you see this Dowling offense, just like they have the last couple of weeks, that first series, they've come out and moved the ball effectively.
Moves with 2 tight ends and a receiver on each side of the formation. Second down 4, Dowling. 9 minutes remaining, first quarter. No score. Dowling on its first possession of the contest after Ankeny kicked off. Now handoff, right side rather, is Davis. Cuts up field outside the hash, inside the numbers, and brought down about the 22-yard line for a gain of 4. So he's getting 3 to 4 yards, Rashad Davis is, much like last week in the Valley game, and just letting his offensive line do the work.
Yeah, and so they get a first down right there. Yep, okay.
They did mark it, okay.
Yeah, now they're going to give them to it here. And they ran outside. Sometimes you end up running at the blitz. If you could, you want to run at the blitz sometimes and don't let it chase you down. You run past it, get a chip on a guy, and then you can pop free. Right there, Davis just outran him to the edge.
3 receivers to the left, tight end on the left. And now a handoff right side, and that is Rashad Davis. Breaks a tackle at the 15, still on his feet, and is angling out of bounds and finally run down at about the 12-yard line, near a first down.
Again, another A-gap run in between Shelton and Agos on the right side, and then Rashad Davis just sitting there kind of picking and choosing where the blocks are coming from next. And in that last play, and we see it on the tape when you watch it, is that they got down to the linebacker and got a chip on him, which allowed Davis to squirt out to the right a little bit farther.
9-yard gain, down to the Ankeny 13. It'll be second down and 1, and now we've got a timeout called.
I think they got a guy
for an injury.
Injury timeout, yeah.
Right at the 10-yard line. So I want to thank our supporters here in Iowa Catholic Radio. They include Ashworth Vision Clinic, Mercy One, the Catholic Tuition Organization. Our thanks to Catholic United Financial, Klein Electric, and someone you know a lot about. That business is Skeffington's Formal Wear. The Maindreens had a wedding this past summer.
We had a wedding, and you know what? They even made me look pretty decent. So I don't know. And they were great to work with, and the crew down there on the south side, it was good. It was a lot of fun, a lot of great wedding.
That's
Skeffington's treats you well.
Yes.
I mean, they did a really good job.
And a reminder, the Iowa Catholic Radio Fall Fundraiser is September 21st to the 29th, later on this month. And your gift is tax deductible. Of course, Iowa Catholic Radio is a nonprofit, so we appreciate any support you may give. 515, or actually iowacatholicradio.com. You can give online. All right, back to action after the injured Ankeny player. Second down 1, Dowling on the 13 of Ankeny. Dante Cataldo at quarterback. He has Rashad Davis in the backfield, 2 receivers to the left, and the tight end on the right. Long count by Cataldo, and the give is to Rashad Davis. He runs outside the numbers, gets inside the 10, and he's brought down there after another Dowling Catholic first down. So Maroons didn't need much. They got it. It's first and goal Maroons right at the 10 here, Matt.
You see these short runs, these runs to the short side of the field, and they're going 2 wide. Dowling sets up in a 2 wide set to the left, and Ankeny is going matched up out there. They're man-to-man out there, which puts 9 guys on the other side. So it leaves for Dante, he's counting heads on either side of the hash right now, and they're going to pick the side of the ball that they're weakest on right now. Ankeny's only got 3 guys on the right side of the ball.
Dowling
and so you think they're going to go that way.
Dowling in the Bozeman Forest red zone. Back to throw. Cataldo fires in the end zone. Got a man open, but he overthrew him incomplete towards the near pylon. An intended receiver was Hank Brown, and that has been Dante Cataldo's favorite receiver this season thus far. Hank Brown with 6 catches for 68 yards, but yet to get a receiving touchdown. And, of course, Dowling in the Bozeman Forest red zone. Say more with Bozeman online at bozeman.com. 515-244-ROSE. That's 515-244-7673. Bozeman makes the moment mean more. We'll bring up 2nd and goal Dowling after the incomplete pass. Matt, this will be the 10th play of the drive that started at the 20-yard line.
And Nolan Dalton there in coverage, and he's 6'2", and he had a big frame to drop that ball over to get to Hank Brown. He had nice coverage there.
3 receivers left. Cataldo fakes the pass. The ball is tipped to the line of scrimmage and incomplete. Deflected and incomplete as the ball was tipped to the line of scrimmage, and the Dowling receiver that time getting up slow
Trey Wilson.
Is Trey Wilson, and he's battling that hamstring injury anyway.
I think it's a shoulder. It looks like either maybe a stinger on his shoulder.
So
hard to say.
3rd and goal Dowling on the Ankeny 10, and we've got an injured Ankeny player. So the Hawks have had 2 players go down here in this first quarter, and both teams going to the sidelines. Do we want to keep it, or do we know?
Give him a little water here. I think this is going to be.
We'll keep it here.
Yep,
Matt, and want to thank our friends here at CISN. Of course, they'll be running their spots throughout the game on the screen, and support them. And of course, Iowa Catholic Radio. Our thanks to Klein Electric, Skeffing's Formal Wear, and the Iowa Catholic Radio Fall Fundraiser. And don't forget, you sign up for that Dowling Club. We've had a lot of response from that. We had response from the Dowling Club, and something about uniform protocol, but we got more response from the Dowling Club, I think. We're running back and forth.
Mark, it was a quiet week about that. And I don't know. You just keep digging.
I'm just comparing a couple things. Okay. Dowling Club membership.
Dowling Club. Focus on Ryan Vogt. Find him and get some Dowling Club. Buy some things.
Your membership to the Dowling Club provides admission to all home athletic events for the entire school year at Dowling. That's very nice. Join the Dowling Club today by visiting dowlingcatholic.org/athletics, and you can log on and sign up right now. We want to thank Ryan Vogt. He was our first halftime guest for the first game of the year out of the advancement office, and thanks to all he does for that. And they're tending to the Ankeny player injured right about the 15-yard line, and we'll try to get a number on him.
Yeah, he's been covered up. I couldn't tell either which one it is. Trey Wilson looks like he's going to be all right. He's walking it off from the sideline. I think it just ended up being a stinger in the shoulder, as that ball in that last play did get tipped and into close to him.
Well, I think got tipped and it got slapped to the ground because it was thrown behind Trey Wilson. Sam Z is who we believe is the injured Ankeny Hawk. Z, a 6-foot senior linebacker, and he's listed as a Sam linebacker wearing number 44. That's what who we think it is, and their training staff for Ankeny out there attending to him. And of course, had a conversation earlier in the week with head coach Jeff Bauer. He's talked about his coaching staff. Brady Waltz is the offensive coordinator, and Todd McGackey, who used to be with Mitch Moore's staff at Des Moines Roosevelt, went with him to Iowa City High. He is back and now the defensive coordinator at Ankeny, and his son Brody McGackey is the defensive back coach. But Brady Walsh, the offensive coordinator for Coach Bauer, Bren Firkin, the quarterback coach at Ankeny, and Firkin, remember him playing for Grandview and Waukee, and looks like
Ben Zieg must have got his helmet slipped or something and got sometimes you'll get that when you get hit in the helmet. It might slip a little bit when it gets sweaty and whatnot, and if he got a cut or something like that, that's just kind of what it looks like. They've got his head bandaged up, and the young man looks like he's going to be okay, just walking him off.
They're taking right to the locker room, which was in the north end zone, and now we're ready to play. So it'll be 3rd and goal Dowling. Ball in the Ankeny 10. This will be the 11th play in the Dowling drive. Started back at the 20-yard line. Maroons with 3 receivers left. Back to throws Cataldo. Sets up, fires in the end zone, puts it up, and it is out of bounds, incomplete. As the intended receiver went up for it, but couldn't grab it, and that was Hank Brown again. It'll bring up 4th and goal for the Maroons, and Ankeny holds, and Dowling attempting the field goal as they send on the field goal unit.
Get Hank getting up a little bit slow there and get him to walk it off a little bit as he ended up giving it all he had to try and get that, bring that ball in.
I think he may have landed wrong, but nonetheless, Dowling will attempt the field goal. This will be Andrew Schumacher. He'll place the ball down at the 17, so it'll be a 27-yard field goal attempt from the right hash to the north end zone here. Dowling going right to left. Jepson on the hold. Ball's down, kick up, and it is good. So Dowling strikes first. They lead 3-0 on a 10-play, 80-yard drive, and they settle for a field goal. We'll take a 1-minute break and return to Valley Stadium. Dowling Catholic 3, Ankeny nothing here on Iowa Catholic Radio and CISN.
Face it, it's Iowa and it's hot and humid. Hi, I'm Joe the Car Guy with Westside Auto Pros. Some of us are going to get in our blazing hot vehicle and the air is not going to cool us down. When that happens, I have same-day AC service appointments at the ready. We can pick up your car, drop it off, shuttle you home, or even help you get a rental car. And all of our AC repairs come with our lifetime parts and labor guarantee. If you're having problems with your AC, give us a call or scan the QR code to schedule your appointment today. For the best, head west, Westside Auto Pros.
Free Godfather's Pizza begins with the download. Order through my new online ordering app and start earning free pizza and sides. It's easy. Download the Godfather's Pizza online ordering app today.
Back here at Valley Stadium, and a beautiful kickoff by Schumacher. It dies right at the 1-yard line, and the Hawks let it go. Caden Hankus didn't return it, picked it up, and got out of bounds at about the 10-yard line. So excellent job by the Dowling special teams there, Matt.
It was, and I thought of that in the first kickoff. You saw it bounce between the two Dowling receivers and then skip into the end zone. Without anybody covering it. Fortunately for Ankeny, the kid was head up enough that he picks up the ball, because that ball did just dive like a knuckleball, like you'd want a punt to do, right there inside the 1.
So Dowling goes 12 plays, 80 yards, capped off by a 27-yard field goal by Schumacher. 6:25 remaining here in the first quarter. The Hawks now with a first down from their own 11-yard line. They give it right up the gut to their tailback, Daniel Laramie, 5'8", 170-pound sophomore, and he picks up pretty good yardage. It's across the 15 up near the, we'll call it the 18-yard line for a gain of 7. Back to throw is quarterback Anderson. Little swing pass to the right. It is caught and hit and dropped at the 20-yard line for a gain of 2 is the Hawk receiver that time. And that being number...
A little quick screen out there, and they went trips left and went to the 2 receiver side, get a block on Jake Kruger. And then you get Matt Hanton come up to help make the stop there.
Hankus on the catch on the screen for Ankeny. So the Hawks now will give it to their tailback, Laramie. Tries to get outside, and now hit and drop right about the 22-yard line.
Just enough for a first down, it looks like, as they did string it out, and he was able to squeeze just enough of it to get first down. Jake Kruger on the stop as Laramie ran to the edge, and just enough for a first down.
Yeah, Laramie with a 2-yard run. First and 10, Hawks at their own 22-yard line. Dowling 3, Ankeny nothing here in the first quarter. Handoff once again to Laramie. They work the right side of their offensive line to the Hawks, and he goes over right guard, cuts up field, and
they're attacking the A gap right up the middle as well there, and again, that time it was Dylan Manning and Jake Kruger come from the secondary to make the stop, and that's not what you want. These linebackers got to start making stops.
Gain of 5. Laramie again gets the handoff, and he's bounced around. He's got the first down. He crossed the 35 up near the 37-yard line.
They found something up the middle.
And they're going no huddle here.
Yeah.
So Laramie with a 10-yard run, first down Hawks. Ankeny started at their own 11. Now handoff Laramie again, a little play action. This time gets across the 40 up to the 41, gain of 4. So he's picking up good chunks. And this is Daniel Laramie, 5'8", 170-pound sophomore. He and Hankus, number 5, are the 2 tailbacks. But Hankus had a little swing pass on the second play.
They're going to continue to go no huddle. This time, Laramie runs out to the edge, and is part of the twins set out here on the right side of the field, near side if you're watching on the TV.
Ankeny going left to right, north to south here, wearing their road white uniforms, gold pants, and now the quarterback will keep it, Luke Anderson, and he's run down as he crosses the 45 and just gets across the 45 for a gain of 4.
Gain of 4, Matt Hanton out there to take him down as he did a really good job, Luke Anderson did, hiding behind that line and squeezing out to the short side of the field right there and picking up a decent gain on second down.
3rd and 2, Ankeny. Ball on the 46-yard line of the Hawks. Ankeny with 2 receivers right, 2 to the left. Here's the snap. Anderson back to throw, fires near side, pass incomplete as he was looking for Evan Erlmeyer, the 5'8", 140-pound junior wearing number 2. And it's incomplete. It'll be 4th and 2 Ankeny, and decision time for head coach Jeff Bauer in his first year at Ankeny.
Early in the ball game, you think he's going to punt here as you keep Dowling back. You held Dowling to a field goal, so you want to make sure you don't give him the ball at midfield. Dowling brought an extra guy right there and got some pressure on Anderson, and Anderson threw before the receivers were ready in that curl pattern.
Harrington will punt. He averages just over 40 yards a kick on 5 kicks this year, high end over end kick, and Wilson will let it go and it'll roll towards the end zone, towards the end line, and it's going to be down at the 1-yard line, I believe. And that's where Dowling will take over, 1st and 10. Beautiful punt of 54 yards, no return, and it'll be Dowling ball, 1st and 10 from their own 1.
Boy, that ball just died right there on the 1. You can see, Trey Wilson kind of fakes the fair catch, and that ball just died. It hit and rolled. And in high school, where you first touch it, that's where it's down. You see him slide it to the end line. That doesn't make any difference at this level. So ball's at the 1 here. Dowling's got to go 99.
53-yard punt officially for Ankeny. Dowling with the first down at their own 1. Dowling leads it 3-0 with 3:33 remaining. First quarter here at Valley Stadium. Dowling going right to left into a slight wind of 5 to 10 miles an hour out of the north-northeast. Now Cataldo had no one to hand off to. It looked like a busted play, and he got up to the 2-yard line for a gain of 1. So Dante did like the read option to the right, and no one was there.
I think him and Rashad got messed up there, and Dante opened up one way, and Rashad was going the other direction, and so then Dante didn't have anybody. You see it on the replay if you're watching online, and then he didn't have anybody to do it. And fortunately, he's quick enough. He still gets in there and gets a yard. One thing you notice on that formation there, they were singled on I think it was Horace on the top side of that.
Last time they did that, Horace came up with a 35-yard reception on the Maroons' first possession. Now back to throw as Cataldo fires out. He's throwing it for Horace, and it's caught at the 30, outside down the sideline. And that's Hank Brown who's back in at the 20, 10, 5. Touchdown. Is there laundry on the field?
I'm going to say, Mark, that might be a school record.
It could be.
Well, that's 98 yards. Or are they going to say he stepped out of bounds?
That's what I thought. Hank Brown, who's back in. Remember, he was shaken up in the end zone after the last series. Yeah. And they're going to spot him down at the 40. All right, so a 38-yard reception.
Well, that was 60-yard difference there. I was going to say.
School record.
No doubt that would have been a school record. You go 98 yards and
38 yards.
One toe out of bounds. And so, but again, they were singled up. They took the shot. They saw it on the first play. And so.
You were saying
Coach
it was Horace that was.
Well, he was. And then Horace came off the field.
Here's a handoff for Rashad Davis. Left side now cuts across the field and puts his head down near first down. He'll be spotted down at the 48. Gain of 8. It'll be second down 2. Rashad Davis up against the Dowling offensive line. Kyle Rockers, Joe Freylack, the left tackle and left guard. Center is Max Shelton. Nate Agos, the right guard, and Isaiah Seymour, the right tackle. Tight end Will Leifker and Charlie Darnell are the tight ends. Pistol formation now for the Maroons.
Dowling's going to give a little bit of Ankeny's medicine back to him with a quick snap.
Back to throw as Cataldo fires it out. That pass is caught. Curtis Horace, he may go inside the 5. Touchdown Dowling. Horace from 52 yards, and that time they faked it to Dante Cataldo, faked it to Rashad Davis, and Horace was open, and he was 2 yards behind the defensive back for Ankeny. Touchdown Dowling. Maroons lead it 9-0.
Great read by Cataldo as you watch the replay, fakes it. His eyes are downfield. He sees it open up, and and Horace goes down there and just wide open. Dante last week missed a couple of those. That one he put on the money. And that was a direct shot, great pass, 6 points.
Schumacher in for the extra point. The hold by Jepson. And the snap by Wyatt Jones. And the extra point is good. It's 10-0 Dowling. And we'll take a 1-minute break. With 2:04 to go, first quarter, Dowling 10, Ankeny nothing. Here on Iowa Catholic Radio and CISN.
For 75 years, Holt Service Trucks have hit the streets of central Iowa to help customers in need. It might be for plumbing, heating, cooling, a water heater, or the usual repairs and maintenance. We've done that with quality work from quality employees who bring passion and personality to the job. That's the Holt difference. It gives me great pride to see how our company has grown from the seeds of success my grandfather planted in 1947. That's why more and more central Iowans are saying, let Holt handle that.
It's the DeArmond Ford Summer Sales Event. Ford F-150 XLT with 3.9% for 72 months plus $2,750 rebate. Flex buy must trade for 95 or newer. Get 2.9% for 60 months on the new Ford Expedition, Explorer, and Edge with additional bonus cash offers. And the all-electric Ford Mustang Mach-E with 3.9% for 72 months plus $2,000 bonus cash plus 90 days, no payments. It's the Summer Sales Event at DeArmond Ford Indianola. DeArmondFord.com.
And we're back here at Valley Stadium. The kickoff by Dowling, fielded by Ankeny at the 5-yard line. And on the return, the Hawks get it up with Kinnick Voss on the return up to the 17-yard line. It'll be 1st and 10 Hawks from there as Dowling leads at 10-0. The Maroons go 4 plays, 99 yards, capped off by a Curtis Horace, 52-yard touchdown pass from Dante Cataldo. Dowling 10-0, Matt Maindring.
Great drive. That was Jackson Miller there for the Maroons on the stop on the kickoff. And puts Ankeny behind the 20-yard line, inside the 20, so they got a long ways to go. Great drive by the Maroons. You know, Ankeny Centennial is going to bring that blitz, and when you do, you gamble. And Dowling beat him at the gamble on that last drive.
All right, the quarterback is Luke Anderson for Ankeny. The Hawks go left to right on your screen and in front of us. A little swing pass to the right. It's caught by Daniel Laramie. Laramie is a tailback. He was the receiver that was flanked out to the right, and he gets it up to about the 19-yard line, gain of 2. Early score, Southeast Polk, number 1 ranked Southeast Polk, leading Cedar Rapids Prairie 7-0. Prairie comes in tied for 3rd in the Associated Press poll. Both teams undefeated. And the Rams up early in the first quarter, 7-0. We'll keep you updated on those scores. Of course, that's another CISN game tonight, along with Cedar Falls at Ankeny Centennial. And of course, here Dowling leading Ankeny 10-0, all on CISN. But this one only on Iowa Catholic Radio.
That time it was Carter Smith on the stop as they got that A-gap run stopped right there. Carter Smith just swallowed it up and got Laramie at the line of scrimmage. So it creates a 3rd and long situation here.
Dowling really adjusted there, Matt, to get the ball to the 21-yard line, gain it 2. As you mentioned, now it's 3rd and 6. And Anderson back to throw, fires it over the middle, and a pass is nearly stolen away, or rather picked off, incomplete, knocked away by the Dowling linebacker, and that was Aiden Ducharme, the junior, transferred in for Des Moines Christian on the nearly interception. How about that?
He makes a great read running across the middle. That was a drag route, and I thought Anderson had him, and all of a sudden Ducharme comes out with an arm and knocks that thing down. Great technique. Gets the stop, creates the punting situation.
And stayed stride for stride with that receiver doing that crossing route. All right, it's 4th and 6 Ankeny, and they will punt it away. And here is a high, short kick. It's going to bounce inside the 50 on the Ankeny side. Fair catch signal for and a penalty flag down on the Dowling side. So the Maroons fair catch it at the 49 of Ankeny. Let's see what this is all about with the penalty flag.
Way on the other side of the field.
And our officials tonight, who we haven't mentioned because we haven't had a penalty. This might be the first one. Our referee is Chris Garris. Umpire is Zach Burt. Tom Behrens is a head linesman. Mitch Stolil is a line judge. Heather Monroe, a field judge. Keith Woller's a side judge, and the back judge is Sean Behrens. And we'll see if we got a referee's mic. We'll try to pick it up, folks.
Holding. On return kicking. Number 1.
10-yard holding penalty assessed against Dowling, so that'll back the Maroons up 10 yards. That'll be from the spot of the foul, not where the ball is at, which was the Ankeny 49. They're going to spot it at the Dowling 41, so Maroons will have a first down there. with 48 seconds to play here in the first quarter. Matt?
Now you want to see the rhythm. They went a little bit more tempo in that last drive, and I imagine you're going to see that again here as that offense and Dante Cataldo start to lead them down the field.
All right, Middleton goes in motion, and then he stops over the right tackle area. Now the fake by Cataldo to Rashad Davis, and he's wrapped up and spun around at about the 44-yard line. They'll give him 3 yards. It'll bring up second down and 7. The carry by Cataldo.
That was Angelo Warno, the will linebacker there for the Hawks, as he comes through the 5'8", 160-pound senior and got Cataldo. Cataldo was kind of dancing back there looking for a space to run, found it, but Warno filled it up.
Dowling comes in averaging 26 points on offense, giving up 10.5 points on defense. The Ankeny Hawks, 1-1 on the year. They average 30 points on offense, give up 48 points on defense. Dowling is not going to snap the ball as we're going to come to the end of the first quarter as we simulcast tonight with Central Iowa Sports Network and Iowa Catholic Radio. Mark Amadale, Matt Maindring, John Chiddle. Get well. We'll see you next week. Into the first quarter, it's Dowling 10, Ankeny nothing here on Iowa Catholic Radio and CISN.
Hi, this is Chris from Fireplace Superstore. Spring will be here soon, and our selection of patio furniture is fantastic, but it won't be that way forever. If you want to get furniture for your deck this summer, come see us now. All the best brands and the best selection. And if you want a special order for this summer, we still have time to do that. Come see us now, Fireplace Superstore, 109th and Douglas in Urbandale.
New trucks are arriving daily during Schottenkirk Chevy's Truckload Kickoff event. Over 1,200 vehicles. WaukeeChevy.com. Inventory changes hourly. Don't see exactly what you want? Build, price, and order direct from the factory. To better serve you, we've doubled the size of our service department. We need more team members. Go to WaukeeChevy.com to see our job openings. The Truckload Kickoff event. Find new roads to Schottenkirk Waukee Chevy. WaukeeChevy.com.
And we're back here at Valley Stadium in West Des Moines, just about ready to start the second quarter. Mark Amadale alongside Matt Maindring. Tonight, of course, at halftime, we will have statistics from the Dowling coaching staff, Jared Seifert and company. They're providing our halftime statistics for quite a few years. We appreciate Jared. He's part of the Dowling coaching staff and one of your math teachers, Matt.
He's a great one, and assistant baseball coach, man of many hats, and he's a vital part of our faculty as well.
We look forward to that. Of course, just waiting for the second quarter to start, and it has. Handoff goes to Rashad Davis. First down, Dowling from their own 44-yard line. Check that, was 2nd and 7, Dowling from the 44, and Davis gets up to the 49, so he'll gain 5, and will bring up 3rd and 2 for the Maroons on the very first play of the second quarter. Dowling going left to right. Dowling in their home maroon uniforms for the first time this year. White pants, white numbers, and white helmets with the maroon D for the decal. And of course the Ankeny Hawks, they're visiting white uniforms with gold pants and maroon numbers, and the Ankeny Hawk maroon decal on their helmets.
Tristan Hill on the stop for the Hawks there as Dowling gets set to snap the ball.
From their own 49, the give is to Rashad Davis. Has a hole, spins out of a tackle, and brought down for the first down at the Ankeny 46-yard line for a gain of 5 that time by Rashad. Nice move. He went over right guard and initially was one-on-one with the linebacker, tried to spin out of it, but the linebacker held on that time for the Hawks.
Yeah, Angelo Warno again, and he was blitzing off the left edge, and we were talking about earlier, sometimes you run right at that blitz, and he did run right at Warno. He was able to get the first down, but Warno was able to hang on and get the stop with some help.
A timeout called by Dowling, so we will take 1-2 with 10:48 to go. Second quarter, 10-0. Dowling over Ankeny here from Valley Stadium on Iowa Catholic Radio and CISN.
Ever have one of those awkward moments when a business disappointed you? You got ripped off? Didn't get what you expected? The Better Business Bureau can help you avoid these uncomfortable situations. BBB accredited businesses are honest, ethical, and reviewed annually by the BBB. Don't experience another awkward moment with a bad business. Trust the ones that operate with integrity. Look for the BBB seal. It's the sign of a better business. And find a better business anytime at bbb.org.
Western lets your UTV power through the storm. The Impact V Plow and Impact Straight Blade, with the features the pros demand, custom tailored for your UTV. And to keep your work top-notch, rely on the Tornado UTV Hopper Spreader. Now that's a job well done. Western, more jobs done faster.
Visit Truck Equipment Inc. today at truckequipmentinc.com.
And we're back here at Valley Stadium on the first down play for the Maroons. Dowling picking up a first down as they go all the way down near the 30-yard line. Matt, recap that.
Well, they're gonna be a flag on the backside of this play, and I don't know if it was blocking downfield. You know, sometimes those offensive linemen just continue their blocks all the way through. But Rashad Davis went over the right side right there and was able to knock it down, and they were able to create a crease for him, and he got through. I think Rockers is saying that's on him.
So a 16-yard run by Rashad is going to be negated via the penalty. Took it all the way down to the Ankeny 30, and it'll be moved back to the 46-yard line. So a big penalty that time as far as yardage. Dowling had a first down at the 30. Now it'll bring up first and...
We're just going to do it again.
First down from the 46-yard line, but a little bit more holding on the Maroons. Now Cataldo with 3 receivers left. He's got Jake Scow at the bottom of your screen. Number 14 was in motion, then stopped, back to throw, looking left is Cataldo, fires it out. Pass caught by Hank Brown, outside the numbers and out of bounds, inside the 35 down to the 34-yard line, and a pickup of 12 yards and a Dowling first down.
And now we're seeing some of that with, Hank Brown has been kind of quiet the first 2 weeks, and if you watch this play right now, the replay, you really get to see how much he could accelerate. He caught this ball and then just accelerates to the edge, gets in between the numbers and the sideline, is able to get another 5 yards out of it. And yards after the catch for him were outstanding on that play.
They officially mark it a gain of 11, first down Dowling at the 35 of Ankeny, and now here's Cataldo on the read option, gives it to Rashad Davis and avoids 1 tackle and gets out of that down to the 32-yard line for a pickup of 3. It'll bring up second down and 7.
He kicked 1 heel at the line of scrimmage there and got hung up just a little bit. Otherwise, he might have been able to get outside and get a little further there. But again, Rashad shows such patience behind that line. And, when you get in behind that line right there of Isaiah Seymour at 305, Agos at 225, and Shelton at 220 at center, that right side, it's big.
All right, Davis in the backfield. 1 receiver on each side of the formation, tight end on the right, and Cataldo will keep the football inside the 25, still on his feet, and finally down at the 24-yard line, and he'll pick up 8 yards.
8 yards.
First down, man.
And 8 yards of the first down, and there was Ian Middleton. Came back and got a block, a kick-out block, that sprung Cataldo on that left side, right on the hash, and that allowed Dante. You'll see it here on the replay. You watch right there, Ian Middleton picked up the block and allowed Cataldo to get up the middle.
Cataldo is reading the end on that, whether to give it to Rashad or to keep it, and that time they bid on Rashad, and now Rashad will be in the backfield to the left of Dante Cataldo. First and 10, Dowling from the 25, back to throw Cataldo, firing towards the end zone. He's got a man open, over the shoulder, catch down to the 2-yard line. Beautiful reception that time by Dowling Catholic.
Curtis Horace again, and great catch, and Dante put that where only Curtis could get it. So that ball is thrown right at between the numbers and the boundary, and Horace gets it, almost kicked the pylon, but that was a great catch.
22-yard catch by Curtis Horace. Horace from Colfax moved in and made the reception. First and goal, Dowling from the 2, handoff Rashad Davis, and he leaps over, puts the ball in front of him, touchdown Dowling from 2 yards out, and the Maroons now increase their lead to 16-0 over Ankeny with 8:59 remaining, second quarter.
We got a couple flags here at the end of the play, a little extracurricular after the play, but Rashad goes in there, nudges that ball across the end line, and gets the points. That right side of the line, again, just blowing things up, and then you got Rockers and Freilich on the other side. So let's see here this is after the play.
So 9 play, 51 yards on the Dowling touchdown drive, and officials still visiting. We'll try to pick it up here on the mic.
Play, touchdown. After the play, first and 10
So personal foul on Ankeny, touchdown Dowling, as our official tonight,
So I believe
Chris
they have
Giris.
Do they have the option, Mark, to take on the kickoff on that then, I believe?
That's what they're talking to Coach Wilson about.
And then, you decide whether you want to go for two, you get half the distance. They're going to take the half the distance.
They're going to go for two.
They're going to go for two.
Yeah, they don't have the kicking team in, so Dowling leads at 16-0, and they are going to go for two with 8:59 to go here in the second quarter. Two receivers left. They give it to Rashad Davis, and he goes in for the two-point conversion. First one of the year for Dowling. Maroons lead it 18-0. With just under 9 minutes to play here in the second quarter, we'll take a 1-minute break. Along with Matt Maindring, I'm Mark Amadale, and you're listening and watching Dowling Catholic football here on the Iowa Catholic Radio Network and CISN. Our score, Dowling 18, Ankeny nothing.
Hey, you two. We all want to be winners, right? The winning drive comes from choosing unleaded 88, a cleaner burning fuel made from corn. That way, we all win. Now give me some wings. That's the winning drive. Now let's go get some tailgating snacks.
It's the DeArmond Ford Summer Sales Event. Ford F-150 XLT with 3.9% for 72 months plus $2,750 rebate. Flex buy must trade for 95 or newer. Get 2.9% for 60 months on the new Ford Expedition, Explorer, and Edge with additional bonus cash offers. And the all-electric Ford Mustang Mach-E with 3.9% for 72 months plus $2,000 bonus cash plus 90 days, no payments. It's the Summer Sales Event at DeArmond Ford Indianola. DeArmondFord.com.
Hey, welcome back to Valley Stadium here in West Des Moines. Beautiful night for week 3 of the high school football season. Here's the kickoff by Dowling Catholic, and Andrew Schumacher boots it to the end zone. There'll be no return. Hawks will have it 1st and 10 from their own 20-yard line. Ankeny trailing by the score of 18-0. With 8:59 remaining here in the second quarter. Dowling going 9 plays, 51 yards, capped off by a Rashad Davis 2-yard run. And Rashad Davis on the 2-point conversion after the penalty by Ankeny. Dowling goes for 2, and they lead it 18-0. And of course, the big play during that drive was the pass to Horace, who made a nice catch for 22 yards and put the Maroons in the red zone, the Bows in the Flores red zone. And now on first down, Anderson back to throw. The ball tipped away at the last minute, incomplete. And I think that might be the same young man who did it earlier for Dowling. We'll have to see. But he got his big paw in there.
I think that was Scigliano this time. I think it was Lucas Scigliano.
You are right, and you're going to see the replay here on CISN.
That gets flushed out. There's pressure by Manning, and you see Scigliano just get a fingertip on it, before Akers could get a hand on the ball.
All right, Anderson, handoff goes to the tailback, and they've kind of gotten away from that play. Daniel Laramie has not had the ball much here in this since early in the first quarter, and he gets a handoff there, gets it up to the 23-yard line, gain of 3. It'll be 3rd and 8, or 3rd and 7 for the Hawks.
One of the downsides of going tempo like this is if you keep getting 3 and outs, that just puts more clock, leaves more clock for the Maroons.
And has your defense out there much longer.
Yeah.
That's what the Hawks are finding out. Back to throw at Anderson. Being pressured. He's going to be sacked inside the 15-yard line. The Maroons get to him there, Matt, and we'll watch it on the replay.
Isaac Beaver went through the line and hardly got touched, and he got back there, and Anderson had no time to get through. And you can see Beaver fight off one tackle, and then it's just a race to the quarterback, and there is no time there for him to get there.
Isaac and his twin brother Mason. Mason wears 92, Isaac 97, and one gets the sack. The other one's going to get another one.
And I'm telling you, they could switch jerseys and you wouldn't know the difference.
I'll take your word for it. All right.
Great young men.
Ankeny forced the punt. Ryan Harrington in from his 5-yard line. Low line drive kick, and it's fielded by Dowling, and that's Trey Wilson trying to.
I don't think it's Trey.
No, it is not. As he skips a tackle, breaks a tackle, but he's going the wrong way across. Back to the 40-yard line, up to the 41, and that's where Dowling will have it. That is not the way to run the punt return, and that is not Trey Wilson. You're right. Trey went out.
I think that's Kerner.
Shaken up, and
is that Kerner or is it?
It is Kerner, number 8.
Kerner, yeah.
So it'll be Dowling football with 7:53 to go here in the second quarter. First down Maroons from their own 41-yard line, but the laundry came out and penalty flags.
Yeah, penalty flags, and so it's going to probably be moved back a little bit. You got to assume a holding.
Tonight's game on Iowa Catholic Radio brought to you in part by the Catholic Tuition Organization, Mercy One, and Dental Associates. Of course, we're simulcasting tonight with our friends from CISN. And the penalty against Dowling will move him back to the Maroon 41-yard line, or rather 31-yard line. This is the second drive. Dowling's going to start tonight having to move further back than where the ball was.
And I don't know, Mark, if you could tell, but how much time came off the clock in that drive by Ankeny? Not very much.
A minute and 6 seconds.
Yeah, and it can start to run backwards in a hurry here. And Dowling's just going to keep their foot on the gas here as they start to move the ball again.
All right, Maroons with one back in the backfield. That's Rashad Davis. Cataldo remains at quarterback. He has a receiver on each side of the line of scrimmage. Two tight ends to the right. Rashad Davis handoff, and he's hit and dropped. Nice job of penetration that time by the Ankeny defense as they got right in on Rashad, and he may have gotten a yard the hard way.
He did, and that was big number 95, Andrew Hazy, the 6'2", 210-pound junior, flew through the line of scrimmage right there, and they overloaded the right side of the line, the left side of Dowling's line over Rockers and Freilich, and brought more guys than could block them.
Well, that's a 1-yard loss. It'll bring up 2nd and 11 as Rashad loses a yard. This time the Maroons with three receivers to the right, one back in the backfield. Hawks showing blitz, and they give it to Rashad Davis, waits for his blockers, gets across the 35 and up to the 36-yard line, so he'll gain 6. It'll bring up 3rd and 5 Dowling.
Again, there you see the patience of Rashad Davis. Maybe almost too much patience there because it looked like he had a crease right when he got the ball. I think if you ask the coaching staff, they'd rather have him be a little patient right there and wait, and because there was some openings there, and he just keeps those legs churning.
Rockers, Freilich, Shelton, Agos, Seymour, the offensive line for Dowling, and of course the tight end Will Leifker. Charlie Darnell is the other tight end. Here's the snap on 3rd and 5. Back to throw Cataldo. Avoids pressure, rolls to his left. Well, now we'll keep it around the 40, and he's right at the first down marker. And it depends on where they spot him out. He should be enough for a first down. Let's see where the spot's at.
Just a yard short, it looks like they're going to give him stepping out of bounds. And, with an 18-0 lead, ball in your own territory with 1 yard to go, I think they might go for it. 18-0, you got 6:30 on the clock, and a lot of confidence in an offensive line.
Well, we're going to find out here. The Maroons with two tight ends, maybe three. Cataldo out of the shotgun with Rashad Davis behind him to his right. Two receivers to the right. Now check with me for the Dowling offense. They look up and look to the sidelines. One of those guys there is live. The other one is Memorex, Matt, just so you know. And here's Davis. They run the right side, cuts it upfield. He's got the first down. He gets near the 44-yard line, picks up 4, needed 1. First down, Dowling.
That is not Davis. That is Zach Schmid. So Zach Schmid.
Well, hats off to him.
Yeah, got a couple carries here. As I thought it was him in the last carry too. As that was not. Zach Schmid, nice run, leaps over one runner and gets first down. And the thing about Zach, now you can put him out and pass. So this is 5 wide, leave him in.
Well, there's no receiver, no running back. It's Cataldo out of the shotgun by himself. 5 receivers set, 3 to the left. Back to throw. Cataldo fires it to the left. It is caught. With the football is Hank Brown running backwards. Now comes near side. Penalty flag's down, and so goes Brown. He'll be shy of the first down. This may be coming back because anytime you do that, somebody's going to be clawing on someone else and a little bit of holding going on.
Well, they're giving this a blindside block. They're saying Kerner. Yeah, when you change directions like that, and Hank was running all the way across the field, Kerner just gets ear holds a guy without him being able to. It's one of those plays they've kind of added over the last several years for the safety of the players.
So it'll move to the back, and we're going to see the replay here on CISN here, Matt. But it'll move Dowling back, and they push him back. Go ahead.
Yeah, and you see Hank Brown come all the way across. You're going to see Kerner come here and get a kid who didn't have a good angle on it, and all 3 officials. That's the first thing they're looking for when you get that change in direction. And so now you have a first and a bunch.
1st and 20, they say on the scoreboard. Dowling back at their own 34-yard line. They have to get to the 46 of Dowling of Ankeny for a first down. Here's Cataldo back to throw, fires it downfield, and he overthrew everybody. Intended receiver that time was well defended. as the pass is incomplete. Kerner, I think, was out there. And will bring up 2nd and 20.
Kind of threw in coverage right there, and they had a miscommunication. I don't know if they expected Kerner to keep running. Kerner stopped that route short, and Dante threw it like he was going to continue down the edge. One name we haven't heard that I think is going to have an impact as the season goes on is Will Leifker, that tight end, and see if he can make a play here.
Well, notice Dowling has two tight end, a tight end and a fullback to the left. One of them is Middleton on the left of the formation. One receiver on each side of the formation. Cataldo with one back in the backfield, and that is a handoff and running with the football, and that's Zach Smith on the carry as Rashad Davis still on the bench, and he gets a first down all the way down to the 41-yard line of Ankeny.
Zach Smith, nice explosive run there for that young man, and a good block again by Ian Middleton. Even though he didn't get his shoulder pad into the kid, he made the Ankeny kid go outside of Ian, and Ian has proved himself as a blocker. He earns his spot on the field.
1st and 10, Dowling at the Hawk 41. Dowling 18, Ankeny nothing here on Iowa Catholic Radio and CISN as we simulcast tonight. 5 minutes remaining here in the first half. Reminder at halftime, we'll talk Catholic Football League. Andy Jepson is our guest. We'll be on camera with him. Handoff goes to Rashad Davis, who's back in there, but they're going to blow this play dead before it got started.
Looks like they're going to call a false start movement on the Maroons. And moving back 5 yards. They're making this drive longer than it needs to be.
Well, remember, it started with the 10-yard penalty. It was at the 41 and moved back to the 31 of Dowling, and they've kind of been going back and forth across the 50. And I know you football coaches just love that. Statistically, that's got to be a nightmare.
It is. They've already rushed for about 60 yards on this drive, and they've only advanced it about 30.
Right, it'll be 1st and 15 for the Maroons back at the Hawk 46-yard line. Cataldo at quarterback, 3 receivers left. They give it to the tailback, and that's Rashad Davis, and he is put down at the original line of scrimmage, which is the 40-yard line. So it'll bring up 2nd down and 10.
Here's one of those things, if you watch this play on the replay, if they do run this thing, Davis runs to the right side, but I want you to watch the top of the screen and watch Rockers just continue to the end of the play blocking, and that's the thing. If you watch these Maroons offensive line, it's a little bit of Jim Williams carrying through. It's just continue to the backside of the whistle, and that offensive line doesn't continue.
All right, Kerner split out wide to left. In motion for Dowling is Hank Brown, number 6. Cataldo now with a long count. 2nd and 9, Dowling from the Hawk 40. They give it to Rashad Davis. Makes a move, cuts inside, near sideline 30. It stays in bounds and finally run out of bounds at around the 28-yard line. That's a pickup of 12 and a Dowling first down. Nice job by Rashad. Followed his blockers. Then he cut it towards the sideline.
He did, and that time it was Isaiah Seymour with the block coming back. You watch big number 79 in the end here. Sealed down. He kind of misses the kid. The kid dives outside, and then Ian Middleton up in the middle, and then springs Rashad Davis to the edge, and then just let that young man run.
All right, the Maroons will run with 2 tight ends and a receiver on each side of the formation. Cataldo out of the shotgun. And the give is to Rashad Davis. Over center, now cuts it left side, and he bowls his way down inside the 25, maybe the 24 for a gain of 4.
You see a couple fresh bodies running on for Ankeny, and this is where that Dowling offensive line starts to wear you down. The defense has been on the field almost this entire second quarter, and they're just starting to wear them down right now, and Dowling is just continuing to run the football in between the hashes.
Well, this is the 11th play of the Dowling drive, minus 3 penalties. So, Maroons have been out there quite a while. They've had the ball 4 minutes here, so that Ankeny defense has been out there quite a while. It's 2nd and 6, Dowling from the 24 of Ankeny. Here's a snap, handoff Rashad Davis left side, cuts outside the hash, and is inside the 20, be shy of the first down, will bring up 3rd and 2 for the Maroons, and inside the 20-yard line, they'll spot him down at the 19.
Going just short of the first down, running over that left side, this time Cal Rockers and Joe Freilich, and big number 78 and 55 on that left side of the line, and Davis running in behind him to the wide side of the field that time. Again, Dante's going up there, they're counting hats. And if they get the right number on the left side and that short side of the field right now, that's the way they're going to run. And they're just see him keep here.
3rd and 1, and Cataldo fakes the handoff to Rashad Davis, keeps it around right in, and he picks up the first down to the 15-yard line. Gain of 4 for the Dowling quarterback, Dante Cataldo, and we'll bring up 1st and 10 Dowling from the Hawk 15. 2 minutes, 20 seconds remaining in the first half. Dowling with 2 timeouts remaining, Ankeny with 3. The Maroons lead it 18-0 here on a beautiful night at Valley Stadium. Week 3, 83 degrees at kickoff, north-northeast wind at 5 to 10 miles per hour, humidity at 38%. And Maroons are taking advantage of that wind here in this drive. Mark Amadeo, Matt Maindring here on the Iowa Catholic Radio Network and CISN.TV as we simulcast tonight. Handoff Rashad Davis inside the 15 and moves that pile down to the 12 to pick up 3.
Right side there, and they blitzed off that right side, but he looped out a little bit too far, and that created a seam for Davis. The linebackers reacted well, though, and didn't allow much of a run there for Rashad as Dowling is taking their time in between plays right now, content to let that clock wind down.
I think Ankeny might be thinking using a timeout here, Matt. I wonder if Coach Bauer is how long he's going to let this go, because Dowling's going to run that play clock down. It's already under 10. 2 receivers on each side of the formation. Make it 3 receivers right for Dowling. Empty backfield. Back to throw. Cataldo fires over the middle. Passes drop right at the 7-yard line. He had his man there, but unfortunately into the hands and dropped by Jake Scow.
Jake Scow turns, and the ball is right on him. Great pass by Dante, and just was getting ready to make the turn because he was getting hit just as he caught the football. At one, Jake's going to make that catch 9 times out of 10.
Well, this saved a timeout for the Hawks they were going to use. They have 3 remaining, minute 13 to go. 3rd and 7 Dowling. Line of scrimmage is the Ankeny Hawk 12-yard line. This will be the 14th play of the Dowling drive. That includes 3 Dowling penalties, which started back at the 41, which was pushed back to the 31 after the penalty on the punt.
You see Smith in motion.
Here's Cataldo back to throw, looking in the end zone, fires across the middle, the pass is deflected and incomplete and nearly intercepted by Ankeny as Angelo Warno, number 7, was right there, but it will bring up 4th down for Dowling on the incompletion.
Kerner coming off of the left side there, runs the post pattern right into the middle, and the ball just a little bit behind him as he gets hit. As the ball gets there, and it would have been a great catch if he was able to come down with it. Probably still short of the first down now. So Schumacher comes onto the field.
So a 29-yard field goal attempt by Andrew Schumacher. Left to right in front of us from the right hash. The hold will be by Jack Jepson. Good snap. The ball is up high enough, long enough, and it is good. So Schumacher, with a 29-yard field goal, pushed the score to 21-0 Dowling. With 64 seconds remaining in the first half, a timeout on the field. We'll take one ourselves. From Valley Stadium in West Des Moines, week 3 of the high school football season. It's Dowling 21, Ankeny 0 on Iowa Catholic Radio and the Central Iowa Sports Network.
Face it, it's Iowa and it's hot and humid. Hi, I'm Joe the Car Guy with Westside Auto Pros. Some of us are going to get in our blazing hot vehicle and the air is not going to cool us down. When that happens, I have same-day AC service appointments at the ready. We can pick up your car, drop it off, shuttle you home, or even help you get a rental car. And all of our AC repairs come with our lifetime parts and labor guarantee. If you're having problems with your AC, give us a call or scan the QR code to schedule your appointment today. For the best, head west, Westside Auto Pros.
Free Godfather's Pizza begins with the download. Order through my new online ordering app and start earning free pizza and sides. It's easy. Download the Godfather's Pizza online ordering app today.
And we're back here at Valley Stadium in West Des Moines on a beautiful night here in West Des Moines as clear skies, temperatures in probably right around 80. Dowling leading 21-0 on a field goal by Andrew Schumacher from 29 yards out. And Matt, that capped off a 16-play, 59-yard drive, which was marred by 3 penalties against the Maroons.
Yeah, that was a long drive, time-consuming. Doesn't leave much on the clock here for Ankeny as they try to get some positives in this first half.
Now they swing the pass over near side, caught by Hankus with the reception. Caden Hankus, number 5, and he gets the ball across the 30.
And when you cut back to the middle, you got to expect to be hit by Dylan Manning, and he was right there.
Manning, the leading tackler for Dowling on the season. Here's a little quick pass, caught. First down, Ankeny. Move the ball up to the 40-yard line, gain of 10.
Gain of 10, just short of the first down. And again, Zach Schmidt on the stop there, along with Manning.
So second down 1 for the Hawks, I should say, was shy of the first down. Swing pass, caught. Slot receiver Hankus with the reception.
Again, Zach Schmidt on the stop, and then Ankeny's going to call a timeout with 24 seconds to go and the first down.
We'll take one with him. With 24 seconds remaining in the half, Dowling leading 21-0 over Ankeny here on Iowa Catholic Radio and CISN.
For 75 years, Holt service trucks have hit the streets of central Iowa to help customers in need. It might be for plumbing, heating, cooling, a water heater, or the usual repairs and maintenance. We've done that with quality work from quality employees who bring passion and personality to the job. That's the whole difference. It gives me great pride to see how our company has grown from the seeds of success my grandfather planted in 1947. That's why more and more central Iowans are saying, let Holt handle that.
It's the DeArmond Ford Summer Sales Event. Ford F-150 XLT with 3.9% for 72 months plus $2,750 rebate. Flex buy must trade for 95 or newer. Get 2.9% for 60 months on the new Ford Expedition, Explorer, and Edge with additional bonus cash offers. And the all-electric Ford Mustang Mach-E with 3.9% for 72 months plus $2,000 bonus cash plus 90 days.
And we're back here at Valley Stadium out of the timeout by Ankeny. Hawks launch a pass that is caught but out of bounds by the Hawks. Incomplete. It'll bring up second down 10 Ankeny from their own 46-yard line. Ankeny with 2 timeouts remaining. Anderson back to throw for the Hawks. Fires it over the middle, and he overthrew everybody. Pass incomplete. Matthew Hanton may have been the nearest player to it, and that was a Dowling linebacker.
Yeah, he had to throw that ball downfield long ways as he was getting hit, and couldn't pick up a number. I think that might have been, as I look at the number, Owen Pins putting the pressure on him right there. On the last play, Hanton hits the receiver out of bounds after he caught it, but he didn't, which didn't allow him to come down in bounds.
All right, 3rd and 10 Ankeny from their own 46-yard line. Here's the snap. Anderson passes near side. Pass is caught by Mason Rudolph. Rather Randolph, the junior wide receiver, and he's brought down on the Dowling 48-yard line. So
Ankeny's going to use their final timeout, I believe, or they have one left after this. I think that's
6 seconds remaining. We'll keep it here. 21-0, Dowling with the lead over Ankeny, and they will have one more timeout. But with 6 seconds left, they may not have much time for that second timeout. We want to thank our supporters. I know, Matt, you have some scores written down. I know Southeast Polk, and they're opening home game like Dowling, but they're opening their brand new stadium up 21-0 right before the half. I want to thank the Catholic Tuition Organization, Mercy One, and Skeffton's Formal Wear for supporting our broadcast here on Iowa Catholic Radio. And don't forget, the Iowa Catholic Radio Fall Fundraiser is September 21st to the 29th. Our goal is $200,000 for operation, and your matching dollars are available. Your gift is tax deductible. Go to iowacatholicradio.com. Matt, you got an update on some scores?
Just some scores. Ankeny Centennial up on Cedar Falls 7-0 in the first quarter. Bettendorf up on Urbandale near the half at 21-0. And I believe that's all. Valley, it's an early score. Valley trails Johnston 7-0.
Okay. Now Ankeny with 4th and 4 from the Dowling 48. Anderson on play action. Rolling around, now being chased. Loses the football at midfield, and there's
That's
3 Maroons. And it could be. Dowling picks it up.
They're going to say the ball.
Pass was incomplete.
Yeah. We're done. Yeah, that's the half, yeah.
That is the half. I'd like to see that replay.
Yeah.
Because was his arm going forward? Here we go, the old tuck rule.
Yeah.
But it's high school oriented as we'll get it up. Dylan Manning came up with the football initially.
Yeah, his arm he flicked it forward to get rid of the ball, and what would have been an intentional grounding ends up being a scoop and score would have been a lot more fun, Mark.
Yes, it would have been. We go to halftime with Dowling leading 21-0. Mark Amadale, Matt Manger will await our first half statistics from Jared Seifert down the hall here. But we're going to catch up with the president of the Catholic Football League, Andy Jepson. Seems like he's been doing this for like 25 years. It's half the time I've been doing this, maybe. I don't know, but maybe. He's up here. He got on TV the other night. His dad used to be a longtime coach at Manson Northwest Webster, and that other TV 13 crew was doing live football, and they had him and his dad on, and that was an awesome feature. We'll see if he interviews as good as his dad does. With the Maroons up 21-0. Let's recap scoring in the first half, folks. Dowling had a pair of field goals from their place kicker, Andrew Schumacher, from 27 yards and from 29 yards. In between, Curtis Horace with a 52-yard touchdown pass from Dante Cataldo, and Rashad Davis with a 2-yard touchdown run. And the Maroons lead at 21-0 at halftime. Oh, my goodness.
Yeah, look at this.
Look at this.
Look at that pair.
Oh, my God. Is this Hall of Fame weekend or something?
Yeah, I think it might be.
You got Crouch and Marcoulier, who should be.
The golden voice of Marcoulier.
Oh, my goodness. Well, we may have to take a break because I know we're just waiting for our stats, so we're going to have to postpone that. Our halftime score, folks, 21-0. Dowling over Ankeny alongside Matt Maindring, Mark Amadale. If you're wondering, John Chido out ill tonight, watching at home on CISN and maybe listening to us while he's doing that. We'll take a break, come back. We'll talk Catholic Football League with Andy Jepson, the president of the Catholic Football League, here on Iowa Catholic Radio and CISN. We'll take a 2-minute break here. Dowling 21-0 over Ankeny at the half.
Hey, you two, we all want to be winners, right? The winning drive comes from choosing unleaded 88, a cleaner burning fuel made from corn. That way, we all win. Now give me some wings. That's the winning drive. Now let's go get some tailgating snacks.
Ever have one of those awkward moments when a business disappointed you? You got ripped off? Didn't get what you expected? The Better Business Bureau can help you avoid these uncomfortable situations. BBB accredited businesses are honest, ethical, and reviewed annually by the BBB. Don't experience another awkward moment with a bad business. Trust the ones that operate with integrity. Look for the BBB seal. It's the sign of a better business. And find a better business anytime at bbb.org.
Western lets your UTV power through the storm. The Impact V Plow and Impact Straight Blade, with the features the pros demand. Custom tailored for your UTV. And to keep your work top-notch, rely on the Tornado UTV Hopper Spreader. Now that's a job well done. Western, more jobs done faster.
Visit Truck Equipment Inc. today at truckequipmentinc.com.
Hi, this is Chris from Fireplace Superstore. Spring will be here soon, and our selection of patio furniture is fantastic, but it won't be that way forever. If you want to get furniture for your deck this summer, come see us now. All the best brands and the best selection. And if you want a special order for this summer, we still have time to do that. Come see us now, Fireplace Superstore, 109th and Douglas in Urbandale.
Hey, welcome back to halftime here at Valley Stadium. Mark Amadale alongside Matt Maindry tonight, and I'm now joined by Andy Jepson, president of the Catholic Football League. Coach, thanks for joining us, and thanks for all you do for the Catholic Football League. Halftime here, Dowling leading 21-0, and Andy, as I was telling the guys, I wasn't kidding. I've interviewed you so long, I think you've been here half the years that I've been here.
Yep.
How long have you been the president of the Catholic Football League? I know you were involved before that.
Sure. I think this is maybe the sixth season that I've been the president, but have been involved for 10 or 11 years now.
My goodness. Well, it is thriving. I know we saw all the kids run across. Yep. Only 2 accidents that were reported up here in the press box. Yep. The kids running over, but it starts with flag football, 1st grade through 4th grade, and then the tackle picks up 5th through 7th grade, and now you lost the 8th graders a few years ago because they're now a part of the high school. And a shout out to the 8th grade coach, John Chido, home ill tonight, so we have no sideline guy. Just FYI, what are you doing after the game? We need to get those interviews going.
Yeah.
But so the league progressing and talk about you're underway and talk
start
about
tomorrow.
That.
Yep, we start tomorrow. Tomorrow's opening weekend, so the 1st through 5th graders we'll go 4 games at a time from 8 to noon tomorrow morning on campus at Dowling, and then the following day our 6th and 7th graders, we've got 3 teams of each. They'll play at various locations. I think we're hosting 3 6th grade games on Sunday, and the 7th graders are. A couple of them maybe are playing over here and some other places. So we're excited to go. All the preparation and organization and rostering and scheduling and all that stuff that we work through in the summer. Now it's time to let the kids go have fun.
And unfortunately, with you on, it's not registration time because that's already passed.
Yeah.
But if folks want to know more about it, dncatholicfootball.com is the website, and you can get all the information on there. I saw the board of directors, and I'm concerned.
Okay.
I saw a Chido, a Hagen, and a few others that I recognize the names. Oh, a Tom Wilson on there. Is there any truth to that? And your name's on there, of course.
Those guys are those guys predate me. So all those guys you mentioned predate me. So it's you got to have guys like that are so dedicated to Dowling Catholic football and dedicated to the experience that our kids have.
Sure.
They do so much from a preparation and organization standpoint, and they work just like the rest of us do to make sure that the kids have a great experience and come back next year.
And there's always fundraising going on. A lot of things that you get involved with. I know in the summer there's the golf tournament that held at Waveland Golf Course. The Chidos are so gracious to host that, and that's a big fundraiser. But also, what are you doing with the money? And there's so much that have been purposed. I'm going to let you tell our listeners and our viewers on CISN what that's all about.
The games, we've been fortunate with our fundraisers and with the increased registrations. We haven't had to increase the price of player registration, but our expenses increase every year. We've got to continue to upgrade our equipment. That's the primary expense. Anytime you've got more kids, that means you've got more games. That means you've got more official expenses and things like that. And so everything from our game uniforms to our shoulder pads, helmets, and then our Guardian caps that we put on every 6th and 7th grader and 8th grader starting 4 or 5 years ago. That's where the money goes, and the support that we have from the Dowling community and from the various parishes is fantastic, and we really couldn't do what we do without all that support.
And you mentioned equipment, and it's not like you can keep it for lifetime. You don't have equipment there that when I was there back in the 70s, you have to refurb it. It has to be kept up every year, and there's only a lifespan. There's an expiration date on all that.
Yes, particularly for the tackle kids. If we've got a kid that's playing tackle football, they've got to be in a helmet that's either been purchased or refurbished within the last 3 years. Shoulder pads is a little bit longer lifespan, but and then the older stuff we can get away with putting that on the kids that are playing in padded flag, but we've got some opportunities to upgrade, particularly our shoulder pads, even for the 4th and 5th graders who aren't yet tackling but are wearing shoulder pads and helmets.
Visiting with Andy Jepson here at halftime, the president of the Catholic Football League. Mark Hamadale joining you. Dowling leading 21-0 over Ankeny in week 3 of the high school football season. And Coach Jepson, you wear many hats. You're also the you're the quarterback coach at Grandview University. Currently ranked 3rd in NAIA. Got a win last week, and you play Missouri Baptist tomorrow at noon at Williams Stadium. So you're wearing multiple hats. You got the opening of Catholic football tomorrow, and you got a game at noon. A college game at noon.
And the most important thing is I got a kid out here playing tonight. So
Jack's done real well, holding on field goals and extra points.
Yeah, hopefully we'll see a little more from Jack here as the season goes along.
I'm sure you will. Well, let's talk about back to Catholic Football League. Membership is through USA Football.
Yep.
That is very important. I know you talked about the safety factors. We went through that here the last 5 years, then COVID.
Yeah.
But talk about the membership with USA Football.
I think they've done a fantastic job. Football has gone through kind of peaks and valleys just reputationally, right? I mean, obviously all of the concern and legitimate concern about head injuries and concussions and things of that nature with really anybody playing the game. USA Football, from my perspective, has really kind of stepped to the forefront to get everybody organized on everything from teaching techniques. All of our tackle coaches have to go through a certification process where they've been trained, if you will, on how to coach and teach tackling and how to coach and teach being tackled. Everything from that all the way up through the equipment that we put on kids. USA Football is very, very involved in that. I think it really has served to kind of unify all of us that are in the business of particularly youth football to kind of help provide some guidance and some consistent direction that we can all follow to do everything we can to keep kids as safe as we can.
And you have the tackle division, 5th through 7th grade, and of course the flag division.
Yep.
But in order to have all those teams, you need coaches, and you train the coaches of what their needs are. And I talked to a couple of them yesterday at the 8th grade game. Earlier this week there was an 8th grade game, and they were coaching a year ago, those 8th grade parents. Now they have the high school coaches coaching them, but that is very important of what they're coaching and how they're teaching.
Yeah, it's that's where we have, and again, probably biased, but we have a huge advantage based on what Coach Wilson and his staff are willing to invest in the youth program. They're available to us, more than available to us. They bring our 6th and 7th grade tackle coaches in once a year for a couple hours in the summer and really go through the fundamentals of the things that they want taught, that they want the basic foundation coach, so that when these kids, used to be when they got to 9th grade, they kind of knew what they were doing, they understood the language. Now it's when they get to 8th grade. And obviously we're in very close contact with the 8th grade coaches as well, who have all served on the board and have coached in the CFL to try to understand, hey, where can we do better in preparation for those kids when they get to 8th grade.
dmcatholicfootball.com is the website. You can get a hold and in touch with anybody on there. Phone numbers are listed if you want to learn more about the Catholic Football League. It's a great organization. Now, let's talk numbers. And a year ago, numbers kept increasing, and participation in football is still the highest participated sport here in the state of Iowa. How are they doing as far as the Catholic Football League here in Des Moines?
We've been great. 2 years ago, we had an influx of kids particularly in the flag divisions from Waukee. As Waukee Northwest was setting up their brand new youth program, they've done a fantastic job of getting that thing built. They've got great people leading it, and so we've seen a little bit of a decrease in some of the Waukee kids that have come over to play a couple years in our league, but we're still sitting there. We had 550 kids 1st through 7th grade, and that's really balanced. This is the first time in a couple years, I think, that we've had 3 full 6th grade teams, 3 full 7th grade teams. That's awesome. Kind of puts a little bit of a strain on finding. You really need 15 coaches for each of those grades, but we've had great parent support, and we've got some guys that are really invested in those kids, and so I'm excited for them to get started this week and start to enjoy the fruits of their labor a little bit.
Well, Andy, we can't thank you enough for, number one, taking time out tonight. Sure. All those kids, I think all 500 and some kids crossed the field.
There were
a couple of accidents, but I think it was the flag guys that had the problems. But thank you for all you do for Catholic Football League. And I know you want to mention the summer program where you had the fundraiser at Waveland Golf Course and the Chitals. Mention that, and then we'll let you go.
Yeah, we moved that, our annual golf outing. It's a 4-person best shot. Used to be, I think, the last Friday in July, but that now coincides with what the state has deemed Dead Week for all high school activity, which is an awesome time for families to be able to get out of town on that last-minute vacation before practices start up. So we've moved it. It's now the Friday after the 4th of July holiday. We had a great turnout again. I think we had 21 or 22 playing groups, and roughly 30 different businesses sponsored us. And of course, the folks at Waveland take great care of us. The Chido family takes great care of us, and we couldn't do that event without the support of all those folks. And it's just really a great opportunity, for all of the people that are kind of staring down the barrel of all the work that's to come, to get together and have a good time on a Friday afternoon, and it was awesome.
And raise money for a great organization that keeps going. These kids will get a lot of coaching before they get out here in the big field.
Yeah.
But I tell you what, looking forward to see Jack play in the second half. I know it's going to happen a lot this year, hopefully. So. And if you've been coaching him up a little bit, you've had all this time.
Just told him to be ready.
I see out in the cross country course, because your daughter and my daughter run cross country at Dowling. Willow's much better time than my daughter. We'll have to work on that. But hey, it's a lot of fun being a parent at the high school level.
No doubt. These kids have a ton of advantages. They're involved in great programs, and I'm just really proud of both of mine, for the work that they put into the things that they're involved in, just like you are and so many other parents are. So it's a fun time.
Andy, thanks for all you do. Best of luck tonight.
Thank you.
Rooting on Jack, and best of luck tomorrow.
You bet.
Coaching Grandview.
You bet. Thank you.
Andy Jepson, my guest, president of the Catholic Football League. This is Mark Amadale. Halftime. It's Dowling 21, Ankeny nothing. We'll return to the second half. Matt Maindring will rejoin me here on Iowa Catholic Radio and CISN.TV.
too. We all want to be winners, right? The winning drive comes from choosing unleaded 88, a cleaner burning fuel made from corn. That way, we all win. Now give me some weight. That's the winning drive. Now let's go get some tailgating snacks.
Ever have one of those awkward moments when a business disappointed you? You got ripped off? Didn't get what you expected? The Better Business Bureau can help you avoid these uncomfortable situations. BBB accredited businesses are honest, ethical, and reviewed annually by the BBB. Don't experience another awkward moment with a bad business. Trust the ones that operate with integrity. Look for the BBB seal. It's the sign of a better business. And find a better business anytime at bbb.org.
Western lets your UTV power through the storm. The Impact V Plow and Impact Straight.
Mark Emmerdale alongside Matt Maindring. Our halftime score, Dowling 21 and Ankeny nothing. Just got done with the halftime interview, Matt, with Andy Jepson, president of Catholic Football League. Seemed like he'd been here like 20 years. I've been talking to him at halftime.
Yeah.
It's only been 6.
Only 6.
Only 6, and he's done a great job.
I could have swore it was longer. Well, that's about how long I've been doing this with you now. See?
He's been here almost every year you have. Let's take a look at our first half statistics. Jared Seifert, as we got the iPad up. Oh, we got paper and plastic.
Yeah,
I see.
so
I got you.
the paper is theirs.
All right, well, for Dowling Catholic, on the ground individually, Rashad Davis, 17 carries, 103 yards. Zach Smith, 4 carries, 34 yards. And quarterback Dante Cataldo, 6 carries for 25 yards. And for Dowling Catholic, Dante Cataldo, 5 for 12 passing for 150 yards and a touchdown, I believe. Curtis Horace, 3 catches for 109 yards. Hank Brown, 2 catches for 49 yards to lead Dowling. And that's the individual. The game stats, Maroons have 18 first downs, 5 for Ankeny. Dowling 27 total yards, total attempts rushing, 157 yards on the ground. The Hawks 8 carries for just 31 yards in the ground. Dowling, Dante Cataldo, 5 out of 12 passing, no interceptions for 158 yards in the first half. For Ankeny, Luke Anderson, 6 out of 12 passing for 36 yards in the first half. So Dowling with 307 yards of total offense, Ankeny with just 67. No turnovers by either team. Maroons are 1 for 1 in fourth down conversions, and looking for the penalties. They don't have the penalties on here. So that's a look at the first half stats for Dowling Catholic. Now individually for Ankeny, their quarterback, Luke Anderson, 6 out of 12 passing for 36 yards. Or running backs in this contest had been Hankus and Laramie. And their rushing yards total at halftime was 31 yards. So they've really held them in check.
19 and 14 it looks like. 19 for Laramie. Yeah,
and then 14 yards for Hankus. And then the leading receivers for Ankeny was Evan Erlmeyer, 1 catch for 9 yards. And then Laramie out of the backfield, 1 catch for 7 yards. So the Hawks have really been held in check by this Dowling team here in the first half, Matt, as both teams are on the field and brought ready for the second half kickoff. Any other comments as the Maroons lead it 21-0 as we progress to the third quarter?
You know, it was a couple things we were looking for. You figured the first series they would take their time. You know, it would be an adjustment to see how they're going to play the 3-3 against them. And as the game has gone on, you know, slowly that Dowling offensive line is taking control of things and wearing them down. Just no offense for Ankeny tonight. And, you know, the last couple games, the ball's been getting out to Akers and to Sumner, or to Summerfield, and and Hankus, but nothing tonight. They've been able to keep them in check, and that's been, you know, great play by the secondary over the top, and that front four putting pressure on him behind the line of scrimmage.
All right, Schumacher kicks off. End over end kick, out of bounds, line drive in the end zone, touchback. It'll be 1st and 10, Ankeny at their own 20-yard line as we start the third quarter with Dowling leading 21-0. Other scores as you pass along at halftime, Matt. I don't know if there have been any changes, but Southeast Polk leading 21-0. That was right before the half up in Pleasant Hill. And the home opener for Southeast Polk and the christening of their new stadium. Ankeny Centennial 7-0 over Cedar Falls in the first half. Bettendorf 21-0 over Urbandale. And those are the scores that we have thus far. First down for Ankeny. They give it to their tailback, and that's Daniel Laramie. And Laramie takes it up to the 23-yard line. This is how the Hawks started the game when they had their first possession. They just grounded.
They did, and they had some success right up A gap, right up the middle, and they were pounding Laramie in the middle and had some big gains early, and then the valve was shut off.
Second and 7, and now we got penalty flags down, and Dowling in the neutral zone, it looks like.
Yeah.
And we penalized 5 yards. That last drive by Dowling that resulted in a field goal had 3 Dowling penalties on it, but the Maroons overcame that and ended up making it a 16-play, 59-yard drive before Schumacher kicked a 29-yard field goal. But 16 plays, actually 19 plays, because 3 of them were penalties. Penalty against the Maroons that moves the ball up to the 28-yard line. 2nd and 2, first down carry, and that's Laramie. And he gets the first down across the 35 up to the 37-yard line. So that penalty made the Hawks made Dowling pay.
Yeah, Laramie has that nice. They run that nice trap play up and off tackle there, and he's able to get upfield and get a first down for a nice game. One of the bigger runs of the night.
3 receivers to the left, tied in on the right for Ankeny. Anderson the handoff. Laramie again with the handoff across the 40. It gets up near the 44, shy of the first down. And it'll bring up 2nd and 2 for Ankeny.
Right now, Spence at left tackle, Dorfler at left guard, Heck at center, right guard Mullis and Roth, B. Roth. They're manning up and knocking the Dowling front 4 backwards right now.
2nd and 2 Hawks from their own 45-yard line, just underway here in the third quarter. Dowling leading 21-0 as we simulcast tonight on Iowa Catholic Radio and CISN. Mark Amadale alongside Matt Mainring tonight. Laramie gets hit as he hands it off and penetrating the line and making the actually tackle in the backfield to move it back to the 44, a loss of 1.
Ryan Bobo on the stop as he got loose right there and shot up the middle and was able to make a play. You watch the replay here, and he comes off the top of your screen, or he loops. They had run a little stunt inside, and Beaver ends up taking up 2 blockers.
Hand off Laramie again, and he crashes across the 45 up near the 46-yard line. He'll be about a yard shy of the first down. It'll bring up 4th and 1, or less than a yard for Ankeny.
Decision time early, and you got to think down 21-0 at midfield. You're going to take a crack at it right here.
I would think Coach Bauer would do that, and he is. 3 receivers left, 1 back in the backfield. Shotgun formation for quarterback Anderson. Luke, the handoff to Laramie. He's got the first down across midfield and brought down at the 49 of Dowling. A pickup of 5.
Pick up a 5 as they ran it right up the gut there and almost off the edge. You saw, I believe that was Bobo, almost chased that down from behind, but Laramie's too fast and was able to get up in there for that first down.
21-0 Dowling leading. Handoff Laramie again. They go to the right side and hit and drop after a couple yards down to the 47 of Dowling. They'll bring up 2nd and 8 for the Hawks as they just continue to keep the ball on the ground. They're determined to start the second half that way.
Yeah, and this is where, as we talked about in the second quarter, they were throwing the ball, doing hurry-up offense, and no time was coming off the clock, and their defense was sitting out there forever.
Again, handoff goes up the middle, and handoff to Hankus, and he gets loose inside the 25, and he picks up the first down at the 30-yard line of Dowling. That'll be a 17-yard run. So Laramie got a lot of the carries, and they put Hankus in, and he gets a first down for 17 yards down to the 30 of Dowling.
You see, they had the blocks on, and they got some blocks downfield, and you saw Kenny James trip him up.
And Hankus again on the carry, gets it down to the 25 of Dowling, so a pickup of 5, and the Hawks, their best drive of the night, gain of 5. It'll bring up 2nd and 5.
Yeah, test this defense right now and see if they can tighten up and knock things down here. They got to hunker down inside.
10th play of the Ankeny drive started back at the 20. Handoff, Hankus again, spins inside the 20, and he's stacked up there at the 18-yard line to pick up a 7.
And you see the line from Ankeny the Hawks, they just walled down that defensive front of Dowling, stood everybody up, and had them moving backwards. And right now they got them on skates. They're going backwards here.
Double tight end set for Ankeny. 2 receivers to the right, 1 back in the backfield. That's Hankus, and he gets the handoff right through the A gap over center down to the 15-yard line, a gain of 3.
And Dylan Manning on the stop as he gets a hold of him there, and Manhattan comes and finishes him off. And again, this is where Ankeny is going to make their push, and they had success. Like we said in the first drive in the first half, we saw something similar.
2nd and 7, Ankeny. Ball in the Dowling 15. This will be the 12th play of the drive, and now penalty flag's down. And what do we have here? Might be offside Dowling.
Yeah, they got a little movement inside. I believe Isaac Beaver. You're going to see him switch in, 4 in, 4. This is like a hockey shift change right there.
Darn line change.
Yeah, line change. They're going to bring in some fresh bodies, and this will be, I would imagine, it's Ringwelski, Smith, Pins, and Middleton.
So the penalty will move the ball down inside at the 10-yard line. So a 5-yard penalty. Here's the snap. Handoff goes to the tailback. And that's Hankus again. And he gets it down around the 8-yard line right in there.
Just short of the first down.
Yes,
Kenny James makes a great tackle, shoestring tackle from his cornerback position. Saved the first down and possibly a touchdown.
Gain of 1. There's a snap, handoff. He's hit and drilled back at the 10-yard line. It'll bring up 4th down and 2 for Ankeny. And the Maroons just converged on that.
Yeah, Ian Middleton came off the edge like he was on fire and just shot through there. Shot inside. So they had a little stunt on where he was slanting on the inside gap, crawled under the tackle, and blew it up in the backfield.
15th play of the drive, 4th and 2 for Ankeny at the 10-yard line, and Dowling jumps offside. Maroons got a little too anxious. This will give the Hawks a first down at the 5.
Yeah.
Procedure or offside on Dowling. First down Ankeny, 1st and goal at the 5.
A little bit of that inexperience there. Again, when you look at that all front 8 guys, only Kiwi Fort and Will Ringwelski are seniors. Otherwise, it's junior, and 3 sophomores. So it's a little bit of youth, and none of those guys started at all at that position last year.
Handoff goes to Hankus, and he's pushed back right at the line of scrimmage. And we'll bring up 2nd and goal at the 5-yard line of Dowling as Hankus gets the carry. They'll rotate him out and get their starter back in there, Laramie.
Yeah, Owen Pins blew that up in the middle, and he just met him in the hole there and stuffed it.
All right, 2nd and goal. And Anderson out of the shotgun gives it to Hankus, and he's down to the 2-yard line. We'll bring up 3rd and goal from there.
Again, the Centennials creating some creases, and there it was Laramie again pounding down inside, and the stop coming from the secondary of the Maroons.
Well, the Ankeny Hawks now with a bunch set to the left of the formation, tight formation, and the handoff goes to the tailback, and that might be Laramie back in there, and he goes down to the 1. It'll bring up 4th and goal from the 1.
Yeah, here we get our first goal line stand of the year, if I remember right.
That's right.
This might be the first time, so
18th play of the drive.
You get everybody on their feet as see if the defense can make a stand.
Hawks trying to go 80 yards in 18 plays. 4th and goal from the 1. Anderson, long count. Here's the snap to give to Laramie, and I don't know if he got in. No signal yet.
Make it.
He was down at the half-yard line. Dowling takes over. Yep. How about that? How about that? Listen to the fans in front of us. That is just amazing. 4th and goal. They hand it off to Laramie over the right guard and center, and they hold him. And here's the replay, Matt.
Yeah, he gets stuffed inside there, and that is big number 90. 32 is that Scigliano, and then I believe that's Dylan Manning.
Dylan Manning.
He is
from
everywhere.
the side.
He is everywhere, and they brought him up to come off the edge. And he made a great play, come off the edge there and stuff that play inside.
18 plays, 79.5 yards, and Dowling takes over. How about that?
Now, we've been here before, 99 yards away from the end zone, and Dowling takes over.
Yep, 7-minute drive for Ankeny. Dowling out of their own end zone. They hand it off to Rashad Davis, cuts upfield across the 5, and is stood up there maybe about the 6-yard line. It'll bring up 2nd down and 5 as Rashad picks up 5.
starting to crawl out of the end zone. What a big boost for that defense, and how, it's one of that lets the air out of the balloon for Ankeny as the Hawks drove the field, had a great drive, and gets snuffed out there at the end.
All right, Cataldo at quarterback, works out of the shotgun. Rashad Davis the handoff right over the A-gap, up the middle. He's got the first down. He's brought down at about the 15-yard line. He'll spot his knee down at the 14, and he'll pick up 8.
He will pick up 8, and those are just the Pistons, he's got are just pumping. And his feet are just moving all the time as he's running the football. And again, side to side, straight ahead. The young man's got good balance.
2 receivers to the left. Cataldo at quarterback. Tight end on the left, handoff for Rashad Davis, waiting, now blasts through a hole, cuts outside, near side, outside the numbers 20. Stops there and finally brought down after a little shift and shake and bake a little bit at the 25-yard line. He'll pick up about 11 yards and a first down.
He worked hard to get those 9 yards, did Rashad, and now he comes out and catches some air. I think he's got a little helmet adjustment he needs to make, and brings in Zach Smith, who came in the first half and had some nice runs for the Maroons.
All right, the Maroons will put tight end on the left side with 2 receivers. Schmidt in at tailback, and he'll get the handoff. He waits, goes over right side, and finally brought down just shy of the 30-yard line at the 29. He'll pick up 4. So Schmidt in there at tailback. Zach, 6 foot, 190-pound senior, transferred from Dallas Center Grimes, and stopped at the 29 for a gain of 4. Here's Dowling, handoff again to Schmidt, and he kind of, angles his way over right guard or left guard and tackle. He gets up to the 30. They're going to put the 37-yard line, first down, a gain of 7.
Those make Coach Meeks, the running back coach, those kinds of runs that these young men are having just make him smile because they're so patient and letting that big offensive line do their job.
1st and 10 Dowling with 3 minutes to play here in the third quarter. Maroons up 21-0. This is Dowling's first offensive series in the second half after Ankeny's drive was stopped at the 1 on a 7-minute drive that took 18 plays and 79.5 yards. Dowling finally takes over, and Schmidt again gets across to the 41.
2:40 to go in the third quarter. 21-0 Dowling, and I don't think we see the pass this quarter by either team.
Not yet. I'm going
to look.
All runs here.
Yeah. You haven't seen that for 40 years.
Old school football.
that's old school football.
And off Schmidt, right up the gut, gets a great block right over center, and that's where Max Shelton is at. He gets across the 45, and they're going to spot him up near the 50 with the push.
And here's the great example of why you teach those offensive linemen to keep their blocks going, because those running backs continue to come, and it was just a line of blockers. Rockers, Freilich, Shelton at center, Agos and Seymour all finishing downfield, letting Zach run the football.
All right, Horace split out wide to the left at the top of your screen if you're watching on CISN. Dowling 21, Ankeny nothing. 2 minutes to play here in the third quarter from Valley Stadium in West Des Moines. Dowling's home opener handoff, right side, and that is Rashad Davis back in there, and he's shy of the first down. He gets tackled right at the 45 of Ankeny for a gain of 5.
Dylan Doherty comes up from his safety position and makes probably a touchdown-saving tackle as he took a good angle and got Rashad Davis short of the first down.
All right, Hank Brown split out wide left. Receiver to the right, at the bottom of your screen. Cataldo at quarterback, out of the shotgun. He's got a tight end on the left side. And that would be Middleton over there. Here's the snap. Cataldo the handoff. And it's to Rashad Davis. Spins out of a tackle. He's got the first down inside the 40. Forward progress to the 38 of Ankeny. Great run by Rashad. He picks up 7 and a Dowling first down.
And you see that offensive line just wall it off, and then Rashad Davis cuts back, in that run scheme, and allows him to cut back to his left and gets a wide open look and enough for the first down.
The Maroons have started on their 1 yard line. This will be the 10th play of their drive.
I ain't going to kid you, Mark. There only might be one more snap in this quarter.
49 seconds remaining. Could be. 2 receivers to the right. Dowling keeps it on the ground. Rashad Davis right over center in the A-gap. Blasts his way up down to the 30-yard line. He'll pick up 8 yards. They'll bring up 2nd and 2, and that may be the final play of the third quarter if the Maroons decide not to run a play.
Yeah, they got kind of a rhythm going, so I think they're going to go ahead and get a snap here. 2nd and short, and here they go.
Good point, Coach. You got a rhythm going, and you want to keep it going. 11th play of the drive, handoff for Rashad Davis. And he's got the first down as he gets down to the 26-yard line. And he'll gain 4.
And, you know, for young kids out there watching or listening, or if they're watching this on there, watch Luke or Kyle Rocker's block. I mean, the play's going away from him, and he's blocking 5-7 yards downfield.
That's the left tackle for Dowling wearing number 55. They'll have to wait after this 1-minute break. We've come to the end of the third quarter here at Valley Stadium. Beautiful night. Temperatures in the lower 80s, low humidity. Dowling leading 21-0 over Ankeny. Back with the fourth quarter. Week 3 of the high school football season here on Iowa Catholic Radio and CISN.TV.
Hi, this is Chris from Fireplace Superstore. Spring will be here soon, and our selection of patio furniture is fantastic, but it won't be that way forever. If you want to get furniture for your deck this summer, come see us now. All the best brands and the best selection. And if you want a special order for this summer, we still have time to do that. Come see us now. Fireplace Superstore, 109th and Douglas in Urbandale.
New trucks are arriving daily during Schottenkirk Chevy's Truckload Kickoff event. Over 1,200 vehicles. WaukeeChevy.com. Inventory changes hourly. Don't see exactly what you want? Build, price, and order direct from the factory. To better serve you, we've doubled the size of our service department. We need more team members. Go to WaukeeChevy.com to see our job openings. The Truckload Kickoff event. Find new roads to Schottenkirk Waukee Chevy. WaukeeChevy.com.
Welcome back to Valley Stadium here in West Des Moines. Mark Amadale, Matt Maindring. We move to the fourth quarter. Dowling has the football in the middle of a 12-play drive that started back on their own 1-yard line.
You see, it's neon night for the kids tonight.
I noticed there's a different flow in the stands.
Yeah.
We have some scores to report. We'll pass them along. Dowling with the ball, and now penalty flags to start the fourth quarter. Haven't seen that for about 5 minutes.
Yeah, we got some updates. Southeast Polk is now up 28-0 on Prairie as they roll on their new complex. Bettendorf up on Urbandale 24-3. The update, I think, at Johnston Valley 14-0. I'm assuming that's got to be past halftime. Centennial's up 21-7 on Cedar Falls. And haven't not seen a Roosevelt score yet.
Roosevelt, I believe, taking on Waukee Northwest, because Waukee is up in Sioux City playing tonight. All right, Dowling penalized 5 yards. It is 1st and 15 from Maroons. Handoff, Rashad Davis. Dowling backed up to the Ankeny 31, and Rashad gets down to the 29, so tough going. A gain of 2 for Rashad.
You see, right there was Sam Z. I believe he was a young man that went out earlier in the first half. Am I right there,
yes,
Mark?
Right, number 44.
Yeah,
yep.
So it's good to see him back on the field for the Hawks.
So 2nd and 13, Dowling from the Ankeny 29. Dowling leading 21-0 here in the fourth quarter as we just started. And now on play action, back to throw is Cataldo. Rolls to his right, now reverses field, goes to his left, wants to run inside the 25, and finally spun down inside the 20. And they got a spot forward progress all the way to the 15-yard line.
They did, and you wonder, well, why was he giving forward progress that far? Well, he rolled over top of the Ankeny tackler, number 7, I believe, who's down in the field right now, maybe a cramp. And he did never touch Angelo Warno. We've called his name a lot tonight and has had a great night for the Hawks.
We're going to take a 1-minute break and return to Valley Stadium. 11-11 left in the fourth quarter. Dowling 21, Ankeny 0. Here on Iowa Catholic Radio and CISN.
Hey, you two. We all want to be winners, right? The winning drive comes from choosing unleaded 88, a cleaner burning fuel made from corn. That way, we all win. Now give me some wings. That's the winning drive. Now let's go get some tailgating snacks.
It's the DeArmond Ford Summer Sales Event. Ford F-150 XLT with 3.9% for 72 months plus $2,750 rebate. Flex buy must trade for 95 or newer. Get 2.9% for 60 months on the new Ford Expedition, Explorer, and Edge with additional bonus cash offers. And the all-electric Ford Mustang Mach-E with 3.9% for 72 months plus $2,000 bonus cash plus 90 days, no payments. It's the Summer Sales Event at DeArmond Ford Indianola. DeArmondFord.com.
And we're back here at Valley Stadium. Big man for Ankeny being helped off the field, who looks like might have had a cramp, and that was Connor Kaiser.
Connor Kaiser.
Number 7. So Dowling with the football. Runs with a 1st and 10 from the Hawk 15-yard line. And now here is Cataldo with the football and is run out of bounds right about the 10-yard line. Dante gained 14 yards right before we went to the timeout. That time keeps the football.
And again, her cramp on the sideline there. It looks like that one looks
Max Shelton, the Dowling center.
No, I think it's...
No, right up there.
Oh, in the middle, yeah. I was looking at the sideline. It looked like Sam Sandvig. So we got Shelton down.
So we'll keep it here with 10:50 remaining here in the fourth quarter. Dowling leading 21-0. I believe the ball will be right at the 10-yard line. So Cataldo will gain a 5. So he's had a pair of runs here of 14 and 5 yards in this drive. Tonight's game on Iowa Catholic Radio brought to you in part by Ashworth Vision Clinic, Dental Associates, and Mercy One. We want to thank them for being on board all season long. And don't forget the Iowa Catholic Radio Fall Fundraiser. It happens on September 21st to the 29th. Our radio station is nonprofit, so your support and generous support is appreciated. Your gift is tax deductible and matching dollars are available. And you can log on to iowacatholicradio.com and just click on the donate button. And we would appreciate that. Of course, we had multiple people down as Ankeny had their defensive back who stopped Dante Cataldo on the last play. He was shaken up, and that was Sam Sandvig. And then Max Shelton has to leave for at least a play, and the Dowling backup center is listed as Carter Smith. And we'll see if how the snap goes. It'll be a 2nd and 4 for Dowling at the Ankeny 10 here, Matt.
Yeah, it was encouraging to see Max Shelton kind of jog off the field a little bit. All those offensive linemen wear knee braces, and to prevent, as so many times they get rolled up on the side and everything else, and so they wear those knee braces, protect themselves, and hopefully it's down a little bit lower in his legs.
2nd and 4, handoff Rashad Davis, punching towards the end zone, fouls the pack, touchdown! Rashad Davis fouls that big offensive line into the end zone, and the Maroons tack on 6 more and lead it 27-0 with 10:30 left to go, fourth quarter.
That is just that's textbook offensive line play. Watch it in the replay. Everybody's manned up, and you see just the push. Look at that. You're getting behind big Kyle Rockers and Joe Freilich on that left side, and that's 300 and 270 just bulldozing down the field.
All right, Jack Jepson in the hold, and the extra point by Schumacher is up and good. So Dowling extends their lead to 28-0 over Ankeny with 10:31 remaining. Fourth quarter, back to Valley Stadium after this timeout here on the Iowa Catholic Radio Network and CISN.
For 75 years, Holt service trucks have hit the streets of central Iowa to help customers in need. It might be for plumbing, heating, cooling, a water heater, or the usual repairs and maintenance. We've done that with quality work from quality employees who bring passion and personality to the job. That's the Holt difference. It gives me great pride to see how our company has grown from the seeds of success my grandfather planted in 1947. That's why more and more central Iowans are saying, let Holt handle that.
It's the DeArmond Ford Summer Sales Event. Ford F-150 XLT with 3.9% for 72 months plus $2,750 rebate. Flex buy must trade for 95 or newer. Get 2.9% for 60 months on the new Ford Expedition, Explorer, and Edge with additional bonus cash offers. And the all-electric Ford Mustang Mach-E with 3.9% for 72 months plus $2,000 bonus cash plus 90 days, no payments. It's the Summer Sales Event at DeArmond Ford, Indiana.
And we're back here at Valley Stadium as we simulcast tonight on Iowa Catholic Radio and CISN. Mark Amadeo, Matt Maindring. We're down a man tonight, our sideline guy, John Chido. Hopefully home, maybe in and out watching this game. But rest up, Johnny. You got a game Monday and you got a game Tuesday, and that's the 8th grade team, who, by the way, got a first victory last Tuesday night over Johnston, 36-6. Congratulations to Johnny Chido and the coaching staff and the kids, by the way, the 8th graders. Recognize a few of those parents. I look at them, I said, oh my goodness, they're that old? All right, Ankeny, after the Dowling kicked the ball into the end zone, they get a pass and it's caught. Their best receiver with the big catch, and that's Devin Akers, and he's gone. 80-yard touchdown play, Devin Akers. And he has made big plays this year. He won the game for Ankeny over Centennial, and he just caught an 80-yard pass, got right behind the two defenders. We'll watch the replay on CISN here.
He split the seam down the middle, and the 6'6", 210-pound senior was just a bolt down the field, and they were basically just going to turn it loose. And you see him catch it up over the top, and I don't know if that was Kenny James and the safety on that side trying to chase that thing down.
All right, Jet each in the hole. The long snapper is B. Roth, and the extra point up and good. So it's 28-7 now. Dowling with the lead over Ankeny, and Devin Akers out last year with a collarbone injury and has come back and caught an 80-yard pass from Luke Anderson. We'll take a break as Ankeny's on the board. 28-7 Dowling over Ankeny. Back in 1 minute on Iowa Catholic Radio and CISN.
Face it, it's Iowa and it's hot and humid. Hi, I'm Joe the car guy with Westside Auto Pros. Some of us are going to get in our blazing hot vehicle and the air is not going to cool us down. When that happens, I have same-day AC service appointments at the ready. We can pick up your car, drop it off, shuttle you home, or even help you get a rental car. And all of our AC repairs come with our lifetime parts and labor guarantee. If you're having problems with your AC, give us a call or scan the QR code to schedule your appointment today. For the best, head west, Westside Auto Pros.
Free Godfather's Pizza begins with the download. Order through my new online ordering app and start earning free pizza and sides. It's easy. Download the Godfather's Pizza online ordering app today.
Harrington will kick off for the Hawks. Rashawn Davis. Jake Smith back in for the Hawks.
And welcome back to Valley Stadium, week 3 of the high school football season. Ankeny on the board on an 80-yard pass from Anderson to...
Well, they're going to get the onside kick.
To Devin Akers. And now you mentioned the onside kick. Ankeny does a squib kick, and they recover the ball, and the Hawks now will take over at the Dowling 48. Matt.
I think the coaching staff's going to argue that the ball was touched on the other side of the 50, and the officials are not going to see it the same way. We'll see on the replay here. If an Ankeny player touches it before it crosses, and it's hard to see in that scramble.
It went through some traffic.
And the officials are saying it did not touch him, so it did not touch him.
So Ankeny will have the football, 1st and 10 from the Dowling 48-yard line. 10:16 to go here in the fourth quarter. Hawks with the first down, and now back to throw is Anderson under duress, and he launched the ball out incomplete, and that was a dangerous incompletion that time by their quarterback, Luke Anderson. I mean, he threw it up, and that could have been a pick six.
Yeah, Jake Kruger's eyes got pretty big right there as he saw that ball just kind of lazily flipped out there, but it was well short of him being able to get to it. He caught it on a one-hop.
So the Hawks now go in tempo as they go without a huddle, as they've had been all night. 3 receivers left, 2 to the right, empty backfield, back to throw. Anderson fires right. The pass is tipped and incomplete. Akers, the intended receiver, he drew a crowd, and Kruger might be shaken up there, or maybe he's just disappointed he was going for the ball.
I think he got caught in traffic there a little bit. He'll be all right as 3rd and 10 here, and this is, crunch time for this Maroon defense to get tested. They haven't given up very much all year.
They have not given up a rushing touchdown this year, but they've given up 4 passing touchdowns, Matt.
Yeah.
And they give it to their tailback this time, and that is Daniel Laramie, and Laramie gets it down to the 45-yard line, gains 3 yards.
I don't know. Oh, the clock they blew the whistle because his helmet came off.
Oh,
so Laramie has to come off for a play.
It's a dead ball right then.
Yeah. And so now and they run on 3rd down, and you know they're going to go for it on 4th. So when the play that was called, you know they're going to go for it on 4th down.
So it's 4th and 7, and they'll put Hankus in at tailback. Here's the snap. They fire over the middle, and the pass is incomplete. Intended receiver, the ball was overthrown. The intended receiver there was Evan Erlmeyer, and Dowling will take over from their own 45-yard line.
Well over his head, and that's what Ankeny had to do. They had to take their shot and try to get back in the game and cut the score in half. And so they went quick, and not much time comes off the clock. We go a quarter and a half with 2 possessions, and now we've had 3 possessions in about 3 minutes.
Yeah, if that.
If that.
Maybe 2 minutes.
Well, it was the onside kick, so Dowling offense hasn't been back on the field.
They are now.
That 99-yard drive.
Yeah, 1st and 10, Dowling from their own 45-yard line. Dante Cataldo at quarterback. Runs with an extra tight end. Handoff up the gut, right between the tackles. A-gap, Rashad Davis tripped up, and he got the 1st down at the 45 of Ankeny. They're going to give it to him. 10-yard run, and boy, he did that so smooth. You know what? The offensive line led that play. You can tell.
They did, yeah. They got down to the 2nd level and started getting on linebackers. And when you see that happening, you know as a running back, you're going to win that play. And, that's really what they're trying to do every time, just win that play.
2 tight ends for Dowling, a receiver on each side of the formation. Dowling right to left, south to north. Handoff Rashad Davis goes over right guard and tackle. Inside the 45 to about the 42-yard line. He'll gain 3. And it'll bring up 2nd down for the Maroons, 2nd and 7.
Here they're getting a little patience here. We'll give a little shout out to Mike Tiedemann and his dad. Mike Tiedemann's our department chair in English. He texted me they're listening to the game, and it's always fun when we hear from our own teachers.
At home, or are they on vacation?
Well, he's an English teacher.
Oh, so he's at home. You're saying
he's not on vacation.
He might be up in Okoboji. You never know.
No, he is from Newell Fonda area.
Oh, that's near Sheldon.
Well, it's getting up there.
That's where my in-laws are from. So I'll say nice things up there.
Yeah.
Penalty against Ankeny. I'll move the ball down 5 yards to the 37-yard line of the Hawks. Offside the Hawks. And you got a prediction for tomorrow, Mr. Maynard, or are you just going to be neutral for Iowa State? Okay, that's the way you want to play it. I get you. Gotcha. 2nd and 2 for the Maroons after the penalty was marked off. From the Ankeny 37, Dowling 28, Ankeny 7. 8:15 to go here in the 4th quarter. Dante Cataldo at quarterback. Here's the snap. Handoff Rashad Davis, and he stood up. The ball is loose.
Ball's out.
And who's got it? Ankeny's got it right at the 30-yard line. First fumble of the year for Rashad. And he fumbled it down to the 30-yard line. So Hawks will take over.
Yeah, he got hit as he was coming off of a break, and someone got their hat right on the football as we watch the replay here, and he gets creased, and then that ball just hat right on the helmet, and that is
Dylan Doherty with the fumble recovery.
And Ankeny breathes a little life.
So the Hawks with the 1st down at their own 30 with 8:06 to go here in the 4th quarter. Dowling leading 28-7. Mark Amadale, Matt Maindring tonight here in the Iowa Catholic Radio Network. We'll have post-game with our statistics. And a handoff, 1st down, goes to Laramie. Laramie gets it up across the 30 up to about the 35-yard line for a gain of 5. Ankeny's got to step it up a notch if they're going to get back to within 2 scores here.
Yeah, so they're going to hurry up here, and they had that success running the football, but it's a little late in the game to pound it out like that.
There's Anderson out of the shotgun. Lost it up, and the pass is nearly intercepted, but incomplete. He threw it up to his big guy, Devin Akers, a 6'6", 210-pound senior, and he threw it into double coverage, led by Dowling's Jake Kruger, and he had help from one of his friends.
Yeah, he did. Over the top, it was Nick Frericks, and Jake was in great coverage on him there, and with knowing that Frericks is over the top, gives you that little extra security blanket, and Jake was in great position. Frericks over the top. Ball gets tipped, incomplete.
Well, Kruger goes at 6'1", and again, defending Akers at 6'6" is no easy chore. Handoff goes to Laramie and gets up to about the 37, maybe the 38-yard line. Gain at 2, and it'll bring up 4th and 3.
Good play inside there. I couldn't tell if that was Ian Middleton on that initial hit on the running on Laramie there, but nice job inside of getting that play stopped up.
Give them a gain of 3 up to the 38. So bring up 4th down and 2. Hawks going for it. 3 receivers and 1 tight end, and now penalty flags down. Timeout Ankeny. We'll take it with them. 7:10 to go, 4th quarter. It's Dowling 28, Ankeny 7. We'll take a 1-minute break on Iowa Catholic Radio and CISN.
Hi, this is Chris from Fireplace Superstore. Spring will be here soon, and our selection of patio furniture is fantastic, but it won't be that way forever. If you want to get furniture for your deck this summer, come see us now. All the best brands and the best selection. And if you want a special order for this summer, we still have time to do that. Come see us now, Fireplace Superstore, 109th and Douglas in Urbandale.
New trucks are arriving daily during Schottenkirk Chevy's Truckload Kickoff event. Over 1,200 vehicles. WaukeeChevy.com. Inventory changes hourly. Don't see exactly what you want? Build, price, and order direct from the factory. To better serve you, we've doubled the size of our service department. We need more team members. Go to WaukeeChevy.com to see our job openings. The Truckload Kickoff event. Find new roads to Schottenkirk Waukee Chevy. WaukeeChevy.com.
And we're back here at Valley Stadium as Erlmeyer with the reception on a 4th and 2 for Ankeny. And he sits right in a little pocket there, Matt Mainring, and picks up the first down at the Ankeny 47-yard line, gain of 9.
Yep. They played off, and he was able to get underneath him on that curl route for the first down.
And now Hankus with it, and he's run out of bounds as takes the ball from the Ankeny 47 and gets into Dowling territory. Moves it down to the Dowling 44-yard line with 6:45 left to play, 4th quarter. Dowling leading 28-7, but Ankeny across midfield.
How big is that goal line stand right now? What
Huge.
would the score be?
Huge. You're exactly right. And here's a handoff. Hankus again bounces outside and finally run out of bounds at about the 44-yard line.
And
it goes.
And you can better believe Ankeny is going to be saying the same thing once, after this game and driving the length of the field like that, not getting in. And now Dowling defense needs to stand up again on 1st and 10.
1st and 10 for Ankeny from the 39 of Dowling. Handoff goes to the tailback, and that's Hankus again. They've been rotating Hankus as their 2nd string tailback. The starter is Daniel Laramie, and right now Hankus is getting the bulk of the load. Carries it down to the Dowling 36-yard line, gain of 3.
And this is the Pins, Ringwelski, Middleton group in there in that front 4.
Handoff again to Hankus, and he's near a first down, stopped shy of the 30-yard line. Pick up the 5 down to the 31.
And Carter Smith who's in on that play.
So they'll bring up
comes
third.
Pins off the field and Isaac Beaver in.
3rd and 2 for Ankeny at the Dowling 31. Anderson back to throw, looking for his big guy. Now throws it over the middle, and the pass is nearly intercepted. Leaping for was Dowling Catholic player, but now a penalty flag down in the backfield.
Yeah.
We may have holding in the backfield.
No, they're going to call a late hit on the quarterback. Dylan Manning hit him, and it was the flag came out way late, but the ball had gotten rid of it, and Dylan got the quarterback pretty good on that play.
Okay, so penalty against Dowling. That'll give Ankeny a first down. They're going to mark it off inside the 20 down to the 16-yard line.
Here's the pressure on the defense again, and Ankeny again, this second half, they've moved the ball really well.
Yes, they have. Now they're in the red zone. Burns leading 28-7, under 6 minutes to play. Anderson with the blitz and dumps it off before he could get tackled, and it's incomplete. Forced him to throw it a little too quick was Dylan Manning.
Yeah, Dylan Manning, and they use him in the multiple, he's in multiple positions as he comes at the blitz in these different situations. And right there, Anderson didn't have any chance to get that ball out.
So Luke Anderson has went the distance for Ankeny at quarterback. Dowling showing blitz. Hawks have 2 timeouts remaining. Dowling with 3. It's 2nd and 10 Ankeny from the Dowling 16 as Hawks now in the Dowling red zone. 3 receivers to the right. Ankeny left to right. Fires up in the end zone looking for his big guy, and the pass is
he did hang on
touchdown, and he threw into triple coverage, and that is Devin Akers with his 2nd touchdown. And boy, he can show up in a matter of time, and he just did. Touchdown Ankeny from 16 yards out.
Boy, that was a great catch because the Dowling defenders converged on him, and he went up and got it out of the sky.
Great timing on the play, and yeah, three defenders on him. Zach Schmidt along with Jacob Kruger right in there. Hawks will attempt the extra point. 11 plays, 70 yards on the Ankeny drive. Extra point is good. And all of a sudden, it's 28-14 Hawks. Have trail now by 14. Dowling with the lead, 28-14. We'll take a 1-minute break with 5:40 left to go, fourth quarter on Iowa Catholic Radio and CISN.TV.
Let's face it, it's Iowa and it's hot and humid. Hi, I'm Joe the Car Guy with Westside Auto Pros. Some of us are going to get in our blazing hot vehicle and the air is not going to cool us down. When that happens, I have same-day AC service appointments at the ready. We can pick up your car, drop it off, shuttle you home, or even help you get a rental car. And all of our AC repairs come with our lifetime parts and labor guarantee. If you're having problems with your AC, give us a call or scan the QR code to schedule your appointment today. For the best, head west, Westside Auto Pros.
Free Godfather's Pizza begins with the download. Order through my new online ordering app and start earning free pizza and sides. It's easy. Download the Godfather's Pizza online ordering app today.
And we're back here at Valley Stadium as the Hawks now with back-to-back touchdowns have cut the Dowling lead to 28-14. Devin Akers on an 80-yard touchdown reception and a 16-yard touchdown reception from Anderson. A little pooch kick, and it's fielded by Dowling, and that is Curtis Horace with it at about the 33-yard line, and Dowling will take over on offense. And the Hawks now with 2 timeouts, Dowling with 3, but more importantly, the Dowling offense on the field now, Matt.
Yeah, the momentum has shifted, and it is imperative that the offense here gets some first down, chews up some clock, and keeps the ball out of this hot Ankeny offense's hands. I was getting a little nervous in that kickoff there that Horace was not going to take that ball in. It looked like he was just going to try to tap it, or do something, but he did take it in, and now it's up to this offensive line to get something done.
So Dowling will have a first down at their own 33-yard line. Rashad Davis, and now he's loose in the secondary. Has one man to beat and finally shoestring tackle right at the 43-yard line. He gained 10 yards, and he did it by going left, and then he zigzagged to the right and couldn't beat the safety.
That wasn't so much on the offensive line as that was just on Rashad Davis's speed and ability to cut. I believe that was Sam Sandvig on the tackle, and he just saved a touchdown right there.
So 1st and 10 Dowling from their own 43-yard line. Maroons will let the play clock wind down. 5:15 left on the game clock here in the fourth quarter. Maroons lead it 28-14. Dowling defense this year has given up 3 passing touchdowns to Cedar Rapids Kennedy. They shut out Valley last week and have given up 2 passing touchdowns tonight against Ankeny here late in the fourth quarter. And off Rashad Davis, up the gut he goes, and he just had the safety to beat again. First down Dowling at the 47 of Ankeny.
10 yards a pop and right up the gut. They're bringing pressure off the edge, but they're able to get to the crease up the middle before he can get to it. And Dylan Doherty on the stop there for the Ankeny Hawks.
Back-to-back 10-yard runs for Rashad Davis, and now the Maroons will let the play clock wind down. It's at 20 right now, so there's going to be a little bit of time before the snap. We want to thank Klein Electric, Catholic United Financial, and Skeffner's Formal Wear for supporting Iowa Catholic Radio's broadcast, our 47th year of broadcasting Dowling Catholic High School football here in Central Iowa. 1st and 10 Maroons, handoff again, Rashad Davis inside the 45 and brought down right around the 43-yard line to pick up a 4 to bring up 2nd down and 6.
How many passes has Dowling attempted in this half?
0.
0. That's what I thought.
So our halftime stats stay the same in the passing department. Coach Wilson has went right to the ground game.
When's the last time Dowling has thrown 0 passes in a half?
It's been a long time. Now, you asked me that question. You asked me that when's the last time Dowling shut out Valley, and I researched it all week.
Did, yeah.
I did.
Yeah.
I'll get back to you on next week. All right?
Okay.
2nd and 6 for the Maroons at the Ankeny 43. Hawks showing blitz. Here's a snap. High snap. Cataldo has it.
Oh, there it is.
And there's the first pass of the 4th quarter, and it's caught right at the 38-yard line. Gain of 5 for Dowling.
And right at the marker, and looks like it's going to be a yard short yet.
That was Brown on the catch.
Yeah. And nice catch by Hank Brown, and just a yard short. Good throw by Cataldo as they give a little breather here to Rashad Davis. And they come out now on a 3rd and short.
So 3rd down and 1, just a yard shy at the Ankeny Hawk 38. Long count. Play clock at 5. Taldo with the snap. High snap once again. Handoff Rashad Davis right up the gut. 1st down. And he's finally swung forward by the Ankeny defender to the 29 of Ankeny and a pickup of 9.
Yeah, and that, again, just an explosive push by that offensive line. And they sit down there and just pound that ball, moving the pile forward. Here you see now Ian Milton comes across, and again, if you look at this, what happens in the formation is now as they come up to the line of scrimmage, Ian Milton is that flanker back on this left side, and that makes the Ankeny front over just to that side, and then they bring him back across to the weak side to get the trap block.
All right, Dowling taking their time. Here's the handoff for Rashad Davis. Right up the gut he goes inside the 25. Moves forward, and good news, I was looking in on that play, and Max Shelton back in or Carter Smith remains at center, number 52. So we haven't seen, that's why the high snap. I was wondering if Max got back in there, but it's Carter Shelton.
It is
Carter Smith at
Carter
center.
Smith, and I think they were working on Shelton's ankle there, so I believe he's on crutches. They're going to have him down from that. You know, at that point it was 28-7. They're going to rest him. Clock is running down right now to 144, 143, up 28-14.
All right, Maroons will split out 2 receivers to the right. Tight end is on the left. Dante Cataldo remains the quarterback. He has Rashad Davis in the backfield. Middleton lines up as a fullback behind the right tackle, and penalty flags down with 1:32 to go. That'll stop the clock. Procedure against Dowling Catholic.
Again, this is just what the defense wanted, as far as the Dowling defense getting some breather. But when you're able to run the ball like this, you can chew up so much clock. And again, only 1 pass in the second half here for the Maroons. Now a 2nd and 10, 1:22 to go, and the clock running.
Well, Rockers Fralak, the left tackle and left guard for Dowling, along with Nate Agos and Isaiah Seymour, the right guard and tackle, and Carter Smith now at center due to the injury to Max Shelton. Hurt his ankle in baseball this year. Handoff. Oh, Rashad Davis explodes through a hole, carries tacklers inside the 20, down to the 19-yard line. That's a 10-yard gain and a Dowling 1st down. Rashad Davis.
That is how you run the football right there. And, you know, I think we talked about this a little bit last week, how he always finishes going forward. That's the talent behind this young man, is that his feet are always moving, and he always finishes forward. And you can see him here, how he just keeps things chopping and churning, and grinds out a 1st down, and that effectively will end the ball game as
40 seconds remaining. Now Rashad with 2 touchdowns tonight. He had 6 coming in, so he has 8 rushing touchdowns plus the kickoff return, so 9 touchdowns in the season. It's 1st and 10 Dowling. They give it to Rashad again. Finds a hole. Bounces outside, near side, inside the 10-5. Dives for the end zone. Pylon down. Touchdown. Touchdown, Rashad Davis.
Someone forgot to tell Rashad that we're just going to run the clock out.
He'll be reminded when he gets to the sideline. In the meantime, he's going to celebrate on the sideline. Touchdown the Maroons. 19 yards out, and Rashad.
He saw that crease to the outside, and he hit it, boom, and he is gone.
20 seconds remaining in the contest. Davis with his third touchdown of the night and his 9th of the year rushing. And he has a kickoff return of 92 yards for a touchdown against Cedar Rapids Kennedy. Schumacher in for the extra point. Jack Jepson to hold. And the kick is up, and it is good. So it is 35-14 rather. Dowling with the lead over Ankeny. Timeout on the field. We'll take it with them. Dowling 35, Ankeny 14 with 20 seconds remaining in the fourth quarter, along with Matt Maindring, Mark Amadale here on Iowa Catholic Radio and CISN.TV.
Ever have one of those moments when a business disappointed you? You got ripped off? Didn't get what you expected? The Better Business Bureau can help you avoid these uncomfortable situations. BBB accredited businesses are honest, ethical, and reviewed annually by the BBB. Don't experience another awkward moment with a bad business. Trust the ones that operate with integrity. Look for the BBB seal. It's the sign of a better business. And find a better business anytime at bbb.org.
And we're back here at Valley Stadium. 20 seconds remaining in the fourth quarter. Dowling 35, Ankeny 14. Mark Amadale, Matt Maindring on the call tonight for Rashad Davis. That was his third touchdown. That capped off a 8-play, 67-yard drive for Dowling. Davis runs it in from 19 yards out. His third touchdown of the night and his 9th touchdown of the year to go along with a kickoff return for a touchdown against Cedar Rapids Kennedy and a 2-point conversion earlier tonight to his stat book, Matt Maindring.
Yeah, he's had a heck of a night. And the offensive line, this is one of those nights where if Johnny was down there, we'd have just said, get to the offensive line. Let's talk to them all.
That'll be the final play of the game. Ankeny runs the ball up the middle. Maroons stuff it there at the 21-yard line. And Dowling will go on and pick up win number 3 against top 10 teams this season. They knocked off Cedar Rapids Kennedy, preseason ranked number 6. They knocked off Valley last week, 14-0, who fell to 6 at the time, and then knocking off 7th-ranked Ankeny tonight. Final score 35-14, Matt.
Nice night for the Maroons. And Ankeny showed, the one thing about this Ankeny team, they don't quit. And they came back in the second half and battled back, made the game somewhat interesting as they kept going through in the second half. But, the Dowling offensive line wins the night. And and Rashad Davis just keeps running the football and with passion, and it's fun to see.
All right, we got to get set up here because we're going to be turning around on camera here for the post-game show. And we'll come back, and then we'll wrap things up for TV. We'll go radio one more segment. So we'll take a 2-minute break, and we appreciate Josephina. We'll come back on the studios at Iowa Catholic Radio, and, of course, all the folks here for CISN. We appreciate them. We'll take a 2-minute break on our postgame show. Will begin. Final score, Dowling 35, Ankeny 14. The Maroons move to 3-0 on the season. Ankeny falls to 1-2. And we'll begin the postgame show after this 2-minute break here on the Iowa Catholic Radio Network and CISN.
75 years, Holt service trucks have hit the streets of central Iowa to help customers in need. It might be for plumbing, heating, cooling, a water heater, or the usual repairs and maintenance. We've done that with quality work from quality employees who bring passion and personality to the job. That's the whole difference. It gives me great pride to see how our company has grown from the seeds of success my grandfather planted in 1947. That's why more and more Central Iowans are saying, let Holt handle that.
New trucks are arriving daily during Schottenkirk Chevy's Truckload Kickoff event. Over 1,200 vehicles. WaukeeChevy.com. Inventory changes hourly. Don't see exactly what you want? Build, price, and order direct from the factory. To better serve you, we've doubled the size of our service department. We need more team members. Go to WaukeeChevy.com to see our job openings. The Truckload Kickoff event. Find new roads to Schottenkirk Waukee Chevy. WaukeeChevy.com.
Let's face it, it's Iowa and it's hot and humid. Hi, I'm Joe the Car Guy with Westside Auto Pros. Some of us are going to get in our blazing hot vehicle and the air is not going to cool us down. When that happens, I have same-day AC service appointments at the ready. We can pick up your car, drop it off, shuttle you home, or even help you get a rental car. And all of our AC repairs come with our lifetime parts and labor guarantee. If you're having problems with your AC, give us a call or scan the QR code to schedule your appointment today. For the best, head west, Westside Auto Pros.
When you need to conquer the drifts on your property, get the job done your way. The Western Defender Compact Snowplow. All the professional grade features in just the right size for your mid-sized pickup or SUV. Easy to attach and easy to use. Get the performance to plow like this and finish like this. Western. More jobs done faster.
Visit Truck Equipment Inc. today at truckequipmentinc.com.
And welcome back to Valley Stadium, West Des Moines. Mark Amadale joined by Matt Maindring here on the postgame show. Dowling with the win tonight. And it was a kind of a quiet but exciting win for Dowling Catholic as they defeat Ankeny 35-14. Rashad Davis, 3 touchdowns, a 2-point conversion run. And what a game that young man had. But you got to give credit to the offensive line for the Maroons. They had their way with the Ankeny defensive line most of the game.
They did, and you know, they were able to sit there and wall things off. Ian Middleton, I thought, did a really good job tonight. He stands out in my mind as someone who really got some key blocks from that flanker position or that stack, you know, whatever you want to call it, and fullback position, wherever they put him, you know. But he was getting big blocks and creating seams for Rashad Davis. It's just fun to watch that offensive line do their thing.
Dowling going to 3-0, ranked second on the Associated Press poll this week. Ankeny falls to 1-2. They were ranked 7th going into tonight's game here on Iowa Catholic Radio and CISN. Joined by in the postgame show. And Matt, you got to look at some of the numbers, and I'll let you take Coach Seifried's iPad and try to figure this out.
Right.
New program.
Total yards tonight for the Maroons: 496 yards, 163 of those in the air. Only 1 pass in the second half, right?
Right.
And then 341 yards rushing compared to 270 total yards for Ankeny, 135 passing and 135 on the ground. So 29 first downs for the Maroons and 15 for the Hawks. Only the 1 turnover and by Dowling, and then the penalty in yards and so forth. But for the Maroons, then, you got Rashad Davis, 36 rushes for 242 yards and the 3 touchdowns. And Zach Smith tonight, he came in and ran the ball pretty well a few times, 8 rushes for 59 yards. And then Dante Cataldo, 8 runs for 45 yards. Ankeny rushing Daniel Laramie, 20 rushes for 70 yards. And then I believe this is Hankus, 11 rushes for 54 yards for the Hawks. And then on the passing side, Dante Cataldo, 6 of 13 for 155 yards and a touchdown. Luke Anderson for Ankeny, 9 of 21 for 135 yards and 2 touchdowns in the second half as Ankeny started to come back. Curtis Horace gets 3 catches for 109 yards and the 1 touchdown. I believe that was that 52-yard touchdown pass. And then Hank Brown, 2 catches for 49 yards, and Jacob Scott, 1 for 5. And then for Ankeny, we got...
I have Akers, 2 catches for 96 yards and 2 touchdowns, and that was in the fourth quarter, as we talked about earlier. Also for Ankeny,
Finn McClure, I believe.
Randolph had 1 catch for 11 yards, and I believe it was Erlmeyer, 3 catches for 18 yards to round up the Ankeny total. So that all in all, what a game we saw. Dowling led at halftime, 21-0. They got out to a 28-7 lead after Akers' first touchdown from 80 yards out, then Akers again for Ankeny from 16 yards out, and then Dowling closed it out with Rashad Davis's 19-yard run for the touchdown.
And you think about one of the bigger plays in the game is that goal line stand by the Maroons. Ankeny drives down the field and uses most of the clock in the third quarter, and they get down to the 1-yard line, and Dowling stops them. Dowling Catholic stops them at the goal line, and in return, then Dowling goes down the field, takes the rest of the quarter, a little bit of the fourth, to get that first score of the second half.
Well, up next is we're going to close out our CISN part of the broadcast. We'll come back with final thoughts on the radio side. But up next for Ankeny as they host number 9 Johnston, who was defeating Valley earlier with the last score we had. So it'll be Johnston at Ankeny next week. I'm sure that'll be on CISN, and they'll be up there for that 7 o'clock kickoff. For Dowling Catholic, they host Waukee Northwest right here at Valley Stadium next Friday night. The Maroons defeated Waukee Northwest both times last year during the regular season and the playoffs, so there's a rematch there. Hopefully John Chido will join us next Friday night. We will also be on CISN for that. So we want to thank our CISN audience and all the crew here. They do a great job as always. Sean Ingracia along with Rachel Hawley and of course AJ Laporte on the cameras. And Jennifer Phelps running the scoreboard, and their mentor, Mr. Pete Tarpey, doing a great job producing all this. So we'll sign off from CISN. Final score as Dowling defeats Ankeny 35-14 here at Valley Stadium. On the radio side, we'll return with more on Iowa Catholic Radio. Mark Amadale, Matt Mandering, back after this 1-minute break on Iowa Catholic Radio, and we'll say goodnight for CISN.